Guys. Guys, which mic is working? If I walk over here, can you still hear me? Do I have to be standing in here to be heard? I've messed around with something. I've played with powers. I've played with powers that I shouldn't play with. Hello, Nico. Good day. Good day to you. Oh, that's not fucking shut. Make sure that's shut. Boom. I'm currently sick. Oh, sorry to hear that, mate. I don't know why I sounded so freaking Australian there. One moment, boom, 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 full cam. Hello. Hello, good day. Guten Tag. Guten Morgen. I can't speak any language other than English. I'm making this up on the fucking spot. I know what's happened. Theo's freaking kicked my camera a little bit. Big Dave. Massive Dave. Right. There are things. Guten Morgen was correct. Booyah. Cheers from... I don't know what that flag is. Kind. You're going to have to enlighten me. I'm sorry, I don't know. Look at me wearing a white shirt, by the way. It's really cool. It's got like a... What is that, Mount Fuji on it? I think it's Mount Fuji, because the back of it has got like a freaking... There you go, look at that. It's like an old Japanese market lane. It's really cool. Got it from... Where did I get it from? Uniqlo. Apparently the only place I'm allowed to buy freaking clothes from. God, this is really weird wearing these headphones. So what I've done, you guys can hear me, yeah? You guys can hear me. If I do this, I was supposed to ask the question while the mic was on. Can you hear me in 3, 2, 1? Could anybody hear that? Because if you couldn't have, good. Dead silence. Yes. Brilliant. So, as you guys are aware, these headphones, absolute piece of annoyance because it's 2 freaking cables. Freaking stupid as that. So hopefully going forwards, I'm going to stream with these freaking Samsung ones because I can hear it. I can hear when I've got these on. Hi, what's your name? My name is Dave. My name is Dave, coming to you today from good old London. I ain't leaving this box, though. I'm sorry. Every white shirt I own eventually gets a coffee stain. This one's actually not too bad. My other one, my Mario Kart one, has got a wonderful stain like right here, and I've got no idea what I did. I've got no idea. Also, do we like the new haircut? Do we like the new fade? I don't think it's that half bad, to be fair. I need to shave. I definitely need to shave. Hello, yo, Dave. Is it Kleinzad Zeika? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. And was that cheers from Chile? Then someone said Chile. The top hat guy with a top hat that commits massacres. Yeah, that's why it has to stay up there on the top shelf. Honestly, that's why it has to stay up there. Because it's too dangerous. We can't let that. I think you look pretty baller with a mullet. Honestly, I look at guys with mullets and I just think, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. The other thing I could do is I could flick it forward and then it would just look freaking awful. No one will be happy. I can't wait. My new phone is on its way and I'm getting a JBL earbuds with active noise cancellation. Very nice. These are supposed to have, like... What is it? There's a version that you can use, which is just like, oh yeah, you can hear your surroundings whilst you can hear your music. I could never tell the fucking difference. I'm not going to lie, like with that on or off, I got no idea. What is quite cool though is I can tap it to play and pause music, which is quite handy. I didn't even know I could do that. By the way, thanks for the blaze rods again. I know people on the Cobblemon server have been asking for blaze rods for so fucking long, and I just keep forgetting to do it. And then I think yesterday, frickin' Nick asked for it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm literally doing nothing. If I said I'll do it when I've got time, now is the time. So I logged on and did it. And because of me, exactly, I had a lot, like Nico, Nick, a bunch of you were just like, where are the blaze rods? You haven't opened the fucking nether. I've got some things which I need to talk about. Not now, but I'm going to converse with my brother. We're going to converse with my brother a little bit and figure out what we can do about the Cobblemon server, because I don't have as much time as I thought I was going to have to dedicate to it. It's more so just a thing that I'm currently spending £20 a month on and not really contributing to. So I've got some ideas in mind which I want to do, but don't worry, it ain't going nowhere. I'm not turning it off. The server will remain. I want more people on our Minecraft Pokemon server. I'm going to try to stay this entire stream. Well, that's lovely to hear. Honestly, the stream has been sort of taking a bit of a nosedive at the moment, which does concern me a little bit, considering it is easily a third of my freaking revenue at this point. I work 3 days a week, literally, to pay the other 2/3, and then 1/3 comes from YouTube. The fact that all I had to do was play Halloween games, and the game was just... Well, not the game, but it just killed all of my channel's momentum for some reason. YouTube just don't give a shit. YouTube was just... So long, Top Hat. So, yeah, that's what's happened. But then apparently a lot of people are saying that their viewership has gone down. Even more so than usual, which, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's freaking weird. Hello, Nicholas. I know a lot of people called Nick, apparently, suddenly, just out of nowhere. But nice to see you. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Suggestion, there's sites you could publicise Cobblemon to? Yes, but I think all I got to do is just keep bringing people in, you know? Do you like The Mexicans? You make that sound like the title of a movie, or like a gang or something. I've seen Breaking Bad. I know what to say and not to say. Commit mass acre top hat piplup. Parchin, I know you've had to split those two words up so the YouTube didn't kill you, but don't worry. It's silly season, so everything everywhere is struggling. Yeah, I mean, I scroll through my YouTube feed sometimes, and I just see people with like 200 viewers, and I'm thinking, you're playing Legend ZA. You're the reason no one's watching my streams. That's literally as far as it comes down to, you know? Do you like the Middle East? Why are you coming in here and being... Is it because I look like Hassan? Because I can tell you now, I'm the furthest thing away from that strange arsehole. But ultimately, this isn't a politics channel. Hey, what's going on? Honestly, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, is Discord popping off? Is it stream notifications? Noticing that it's doing more than one sometimes, which is a bit weird. Right. I'm a stranger thing. That's okay. We're all a little bit strange deep down. I'm going to keep building my giant Poke Blizzard hotel sign. Go for it. Honestly, I just want people to enjoy the Cobblemon server without me necessarily having to be on it. Which I've discovered might be a little bit harder than... harder to do than I realised. What's the stream about? Okay. I have no scream, but I must mouth. What the? I saw a Wolfie thumbnail. Are we talking tea? Ironically, I do have tea here. Grab yourself a drink. Right. Look. I had a thought. What are some of my favourite things to do? Some of my favourite things to do are literally to play video games. But some of the other things which I love doing is I am chronically on YouTube all the time. So I thought to myself, why don't I just combine the two, to be fair? Why don't I play games? Why don't I watch YouTube? Honestly, I don't want to become a React-only streamer. That's not the plan. However, I watched the first, 5 minutes of this new Wolfie video recently, and I was like, you know what? This is a fucking hour long. Why don't I just watch this on stream with people? Like, you guys might have already seen it. But it's literally, at least you're not a Redditor. True. Hang on, this isn't the right window. Where is it? That's the right window. Boom. F11s, because it full screens. It's for Wolfie retiring because of the Twitch bit? No, it was the documentary which just went up. Look at this. Look at this. I press buttons, things move. To be honest, I love Reddit React videos. I just feel that sometimes streaming is a little tricky to do. You walk in and you need to find that energy to be like wabbla babbla whilst we're playing a video game that I've already played a million times over. So what I also want to do is I want to go on Wolfie's channel quickly, because he posted this video. Free train vids. There are a lot of trains, but they're not good train videos. Go on, you could do it. You can load. Why do I see a train stabbing in your feed? It's because, I think it was a Cambridgeshire or something. Some dude got knifed, which is always wonderful to see. Oops. I hit refresh just as the video started. I remember how this works now. I remember how this works. But yeah, I could tap my headphones and go beep. Never mind, it's not playing yet, so I won't do anything. There it is. Cool. Wow, why does this feel like it's got 0 volume? Maybe it's because it does have 0 volume. Guys, how does this sound?
This is Giovanni Costa. He's a Pokemon regional champion, he's an editor on this channel, and he's also a good friend.
How was that? Is the volume good? Is the volume good? Please tell me. Also, look, it's Wolfie. A bit quiet, but yeah.
He also happens to be a very talented documentarian. We've
there
actually featured 2 of his works before on this channel. Maybe you've seen.
It's lower than you, but pretty quiet. You can at least hear it though, right?
My story. And almost 1 year ago to the day, we sat down to make it happen. Now, there is some important context you should know. This video was filmed in mid-December 2024. That means it was recorded before I won Toronto Regionals, the Global Challenge, and UIC in the 2025 season. So that entire chapter will not be included because it happened after we filmed. A lot can change in a year, and I'm now at a point in my career where I'm thinking about sharing
I'm not gonna mess with it now.
myself online. So it feels a little strange to be posting this, but at the same time, I do think that the work that Gio has done is really something special, and I think that it's worth having my story in one place just for the preservation of the game's history. So, without further ado, I am proud to present Giovanni Costa's latest work.
So this is basically it. Like, I got about this far into the video last time, and I was just like, hang on a minute. This is a documentary about Wolfie. That's actually kind of cool, because I've been watching his videos for a while. I've seen quite a bit of stuff about Wolfie and the videos that he's been putting up. I love his, what was it called? The type ones, which was like the top 10 Pokemon of every type. I thought that was really cool, because it basically went over why it was worth and not worth using certain Pokemon in competitive doubles, which I just always thought was fascinating. I also like the video where he talks about the best Mega Evolutions and the most disappointing ones, and good old Mega Sceptile is on there. I should like go into his Discord and ping his people. Hey, I ain't gonna stop you, Raykov. If that's what you want to do, go for it. I actually have nowhere to post this video. I just wanted to do it. I just wanted to watch this documentary live with you guys, because like maybe some of you have already seen this video, maybe some of you haven't, but why don't we watch this hour-long, literally, it's an hour and 15-minute long freaking documentary about Wolfie Glick. So why don't we check it out? Why don't we check it out? Ray Rizzo, Wolf Glick, and Aaron Zeng of a golden tree of competitive Pokemon. Because this is something which I just don't know. I don't know these names. Like, I know Wolfie, but I don't know the others, and I want to learn. So let's have a look and see what this got. I don't even know him, but I watch because Dave is here. Hey, Nico, you might learn something yourself.
Welcome back to the 2016 Pokemon World Championships.
Winning the World Championships has been a dream of mine my whole career. There were many years
Ray Rizzo's a 3 times world champion. Damn.
Wolf looking for redemption after coming so close back in 2012. You really can't overstate how much it would mean to Wolf, who has been spending so much of his time just falling short.
I love a good competitive story. I watch EVO every year, so
this may cement me as one of the greatest players of all time, or I would go down as the guy who lost in the finals twice.
You can't be world champion unless you're beating the best of the best, and Wolf is the best of the best.
I didn't realize it at the time, but that match would completely change my life.
It would give you a YouTube career.
My name is Wolf Glick, and I am from Washington, D.C.
I'll trade you this for a Gyarados.
Pokemon, it's the thing with the younger age set.
Parents should not let their kids have anything whatsoever to do with Pokemon because
I love
the
these
message
people.
is violence.
Pokemon is the
Kid,
devil.
Like 5 years old, I wasn't allowed to interact with Pokemon.
Get away
at
from
all.
these
My
little
mom thought it was,
monsters.
Not appropriate for kids. It was kind of like the height of Pokemania. And my first time being able to interact with Pokemon was, I really hated getting my haircut. I actually still hate getting my haircut. But so my mom would take me to this place that was like haircut place for kids, where basically they would have little TV screens with like children's TV.
Oh, that's
on
really
them
cute.
that the kids could watch. So they would sit still while they were getting their
I
haircut.
mean,
remember
watching
we went, and
Pokemon
they
whilst
had
getting your
this episode
haircut.
of the anime where Ash and the gang have to escape from a sinking ship. And there's this one line where Brock tells his Onyx to build a staircase, and my mom thought that was the funniest thing ever. Because I mean, it makes sense. It's just like a big rock snake, but she
That's
thought that was
such
so
a good
funny. And it's like,
episode,
oh, this is
though.
actually not what I thought it was. It isn't so violent. It is actually child appropriate.
That's such a
That was how I
terrifying
remember kind of
episode
getting
as well.
introduced to the series. I was just
Like, Jesus Christ.
obsessed from that point. My journey to discover competitive Pokemon was
Well, on the
gradual.
executors in
I
the
actually
corner.
initially was playing the trading card game competitively. I wasn't very good, but I was on websites.
He always
like
said he loved that
Poke
Pokemon.
Gym and Poke Beach. Our house got an updated router, and that's important because for the first time, my house's Wi-Fi worked with the games, and I discovered that you can play online against other people. So I remember I would go on forums. These were trading card game forums, but there was a sub forum of like battling other people. So I kind of started there, but I was clear pretty early on that I was better than the people there because this was a trading card game.
I feel like
So then I thought,
forums were
well, maybe
very
forums for
important
video game
for about a
players.
year.
And eventually I found like the Skolon forums, and that
Like a
kind of
year or
was, at the
two.
time, the main place that people went for competitive
Then people
battling
started
and have their
use
own
actually
fan
making
modes,
good
and I kinda went
websites.
into that. There was also a part of the forums that was like real life tournaments, and I thought, oh, a tournament in real life? That sounds so cool. Like, and I went into this forum, and one of the events was in Chantilly, Virginia, which is like 30 minutes ish from where I grew up. And I thought, oh, like I could go to this. But the thing was that they were playing a totally different format. At the
Oops.
time, I'd been playing single battles, and this was VGC. It was double battles. It was
Whoa.
totally different. And so I started
I can
playing
move to-
online, went to that first tournament, and that
I
was
can
kind of
move
the
to
beginning of
captions.
my VGC journey.
Yo, what's up? I see we're not gaming today. This is a documentary
Remember
about the
night
Pokemon World
before
Champion.
This VGC tournament, my dad sat me down.
Grab
and he
yourself a
said,
drink,
"Listen,
come sit down."
I know you're really excited. I know you've worked really hard for this, but I don't want you to be devastated when you lose. Like, I need you to know that you're not going to win this."
I like some of Wolfie's videos because they're informative and such, but his
And I
attitude
went to this first
sometimes.
tournament, and it was
He's just a
such
fun,
different
like,
experience than how
chill
tournaments are
guy.
now. The tournaments back then were best of one, closed team sheet, single elimination, meaning you
What
played
always
exactly
got me,
one
though,
game
was
with
his
somebody,
pronunciation
and if you
and
lost,
his
that was the end of your
refusal to
tournament.
actually say
You
the
would
names of
stand in
Pokemon
line,
correctly.
You would go in kind of two at a time, and whoever was near you in the line, that's who you would play against. So there was something called friend rule, where if you knew the person near you, you could say, I don't want to play them, and you'll play somebody else, which is crazy looking back. It was kind of like the
I
Wild
blame
West.
Machamp
Like, the
and
game wasn't
Incineroar for my
infancy.
taste in men.
Nobody really
What
knew
the
to
fuck are
expect.
you
Nobody
saying?
really knew what they were doing, and I kind of just sat down and started playing, and I just kept winning.
That's the gambling mentality, though. I just sat down and I kept
And I
winning.
remember texting my parents every round I won. They were like, "Yeah, good job." When I was like,
Are you a
"I'm in the
winning
top
son?"
four," she was like, "Oh, maybe that means there's like 4 rounds left." There was no like stream, but what they did have was an MC who would narrate what was going on, like over people's shoulders sometimes. I remember just feeling so overwhelmed.
Jeez, you could tell this was like 15 years ago.
Mitchell with his quiet confidence. On the other, we have Wolf.
There were a lot of things that kind of had made it look like it might not happen along the way.
We have an actual real-life wolf.
So I was up against like one of the best established players, and like the whole crowd was behind him.
Dude, that's like everyone had the old Justin
I
Bieber
had to hold myself
hairstyle.
for 6 turns in the finals, in a best of 1 finals.
Everyone looked like the bowl cut, you know.
I definitely was nervous and stressed, but I believed that I was going to do it.
I don't know shit about Mashana. actually. Like, is that a Pokemon worth
enough to
using?
win, and I believe that.
Of course, everyone's running Hydreigon. Why wouldn't you?
Like,
That
it
thing's a
was this
beast.
thing where I wanted it so bad, and I'd made it happen.
Your 2011 Pokemon Video Game Regional Champion.
God, yeah, that was 14 years
She was
ago.
walking into the hall to come get me after I won. She was like asking people. She was like, "Who won?" And they were like, "Some kid we've never heard of named Wolf."
My friend, you will be the benchmark from which people construct their teams for years to come.
Yeah, it was.
That is a terrifying thing to say to someone. Bro, you were so good that you are the new benchmark. I'll just be like, oh, fuck me, you need to
it was
raise your
so long
bar.
ago that I started thinking about
If that was
being
me.
the world champion. You know, my first ever event I won. It was a regional level event, but then I won nationals as well. My first ever national event, and I knew that I was one of the best. And so at that point, it was my goal to become.
It's
a world
Pikachu!
champion. I really like.
What's the best first Pokemon game for me? I think we came to the conclusion that it was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. If you've never played Pokemon before, play Heart Gold and Soul Silver because it's just the best entry-level Pokemon game that's the most feature complete. You will have a good experience with that game if you click with it. If you don't click with it, then Pokemon might not be for you. But I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver, if I was ever going to say, pick up what Pokemon game do you want to play, pick that one, one of those two up, because they're great. I agree 100%. I love Heart Gold. What about Fire Red and Leaf Green? I feel like Fire Red and Leaf Green are a little bit too old now. I think they really had their formula down and their stride, like, defined in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I definitely think that's just very true. I'll stop after this, but, like, I won my first championship and I knew I was the best. I get he's a several-time champion, respect, but, like, you know, you gotta have some level of self-confidence, in a way. You just gotta be able to just be like, do you know what, fuck it, I am the best. Because that makes for more entertaining shit. Play Pokemon XD, don't play Pokemon XD if that's your first game. And stay the fuck away from it.
The prediction
Same as Pokemon Coliseum. Those games will make you hate Pokemon. They're very, very good if you already love Pokemon, but by God, if you don't know a thing about Pokemon, stay the fuck away from them. Play Heart Gold and Soul Silver, play Platinum, play Emerald if you must. Then just move on to some of those fucking weirder ones. You got to be cocky, which was the best, and people will be. The winners will always be cocky. Look at Sonic Fox. If any of you have ever watched Evo and have, like, seen any other guy who has ever let his ego be, like, at the forefront of his personality, whenever that dude wins, he runs around the stage like, fucking come on! And then he'll be all over Twitter, just like, I'm gay and a furry, and I kicked your ass. And I'm just like, you know what, mate? I respect the clout. Like, I don't know why that's important, like, in the fact that you kicked everyone's asses, but hey, I respect the clout. Maybe it's like Ramsey and his angry persona. Maybe he's just hyper-selling it for entertainment value. That is how you get places. No one's going to watch a monotone, boring person. There's just nothing in it unless they're buying followers out or something. Or they nepo-babied their way into the freaking position. Well, all right, I'm just going to quickly add something to the horizontal stream because you can't see chat, and that makes me laugh. Hello, Ethans. Bear me for just a moment. This has got nothing to do with vertical stream. I'm just gonna... I need to find a black square, which I already have downloaded. Like, you wouldn't believe, as a streamer, how useful a white and black square is. Look, black square. Now what we do is we move it down here. We find the width of chat, which is about this. Check this out. This is my super streamer knowledge, by the way. Honestly, vertical, you can't see shit. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. However, look, now you can't see chat. You're absolutely fucked. And then... hang on a minute. And then... filters. There we go. Chroma key, color correction, HDR, image mask and blend. Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it, I thought I knew what I was doing. Ah! All I want to do is change the opacity. Scaling aspect ratio, render delay, image mask blend. You would have expected it to have been in a fucking image mask. Hello, by the way. Also, hello, Gorilla Ball. Thank you for the quack. Chroma key. How about we chroma key it? Hey, all you got to do is chroma key it out. And then usually the best to go for is 0.7. That didn't work. 0.7. That didn't work either. We will do... There we go, 0.7. Boom. I told you I was incredible. And once again, everyone in vertical chat can't see what I just did. Don't worry. In horizontal chat, I just added a transparent box behind chat so you can actually read what the fuck is being said. Yeah, for those who are currently just joining us, we are watching the documentary on Wolf Glick, the multiple world championship winner of Pokemon.
Smarting the person.
Competitive Pokemon doubles.
Done a good move and it gives you an edge or like an advantage.
It's a feeling.
Oh, I love to edge. I mean,
I didn't get
who said
else.
that?
At Worlds, I think was the height of that. So it only happens once.
Inflatable
a year,
Pikachu.
This is kind of it. The team that I brought to my first World Championships was similar to the team that I'd been using all year. Scrafty, Hoffergrigus, Reuniclus, Unkelder, Thunderous, and Embor.
There is something so funny about black and white teams because they look like such a mess of Pokemon.
The way the meta worked is that the goal was to hit faster and harder than your opponent. And my strategy basically used slow and bulky Pokemon that could KO the fast and frail Pokemon if I got Trick Room up. It was a very effective strategy. I think a lot of people weren't
Not
really
the
ready for
Pikachu
it.
inflation. Not in my world tournaments. Get them out of here, freaking weirdos. Scrafty the GOAT, isn't it hilarious for Scrafty? I need to see how strong his mega is. I've got to see it.
Like I'd come in as the underdog of regionals, like in my first tournament ever, and I won. And then I came into nationals. Now people knew who I was, but they still thought it was kind of a fluke, and I won there. And then I made top cut at Worlds, and I was like, well, I mean, I won, and then I won. Maybe, you know, maybe.
I would love to participate in Worlds in some way. I think that'd be so fun. Even if people just suggested gimmick teams and I just ran them, I think it'd be so funny. Ray Rizzo, hey, you were talking about Ray Rizzo.
This whole time I've been beating people who were the establishment, you know, who were the people who were expected to win.
Everyone running Conkeldurr, even though we all agree it looks
Like,
stupid.
I'm gonna beat him and then I'm gonna win the whole thing and it's gonna be great. I think that I was maybe less stressed than I should have been, given the opponent and given the matchup.
Hello, Evans. Hello, hello. God, this is just such an era of Pokemon where I fell off.
I ended up losing. Ray had a Pokemon called a Scavalier, which I'd never played against before, but he added just as a counter to my team. It was really hard for me to beat because it was basically the only Pokemon in the game that was slower than my Trick Room Pokemon. So if Trick Room went up, it still was able to like be a nuisance.
Scary.
We were allowed to take notes back in the day. You couldn't have a notebook, and there was also no way to check what was going on in the game. Nowadays, you can press a button and click on a Pokemon, and it will say, Tailwind turns left 2. This Pokemon's
Yeah, and I love that.
Rain is up on the field.
Genuinely makes fighting easier.
In your head. And I remember in the third game, I got so nervous that I thought my Trick Room had expired, and so I went to set it up again, but it was actually the last turn of Trick Room. So instead of setting it up again, I ended up reversing it. I suspect that even if I hadn't reversed the Trick Room by accident, I probably would have lost anyway, but it didn't help that I'd done it, you know, it basically sealed it on the spot.
Oh, that's such a
Ray was
shame.
definitely eye-opening for a number of reasons.
A million times over, I'm the guy that would do that too.
Team. Like I was the only Trick Room player who was using this type of team, and a Scavalier was added like as a way to hard counter me. And so I'd never thought about the game in that way before. I'd never thought about, you know, countering, you know, one specific player.
I fucking hate this one kid. This one kid. You guys, it's easy to hard counter me. Just bring an ice type to blow up my Mega. Because you know my Mega's going to be Sceptile, and they probably won't change.
It helped him win the World Championships. Without a Scavalier on his team, I think I would have been able to
It's not
do
a One
it.
Piece
And I remember
shirt.
being really frustrated because I knew that I was good enough to win, but I hadn't done it. It really made me motivated to do better. Like, it's something I can do, and it's something that I will do. I'll do it next year.
One kid is real.
Philadelphia Regionals 2012
I got to mention this, okay? But just because it reminded me of it. There is a trading card game anime called Buddy Fight. I just need to mention this. There is an entire mechanic. Not mechanic. What is it? There's an entire sort of story plot point revolving around this one character who has a deck of cards that specifically counter another player in the tournament. And when they did that, and when they started playing the cards in this stupid children's anime, think Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically, just with like a bit more comical monsters. Literally, this one guy, every single time he plays a card, it gets hard countered by another one. And they're just like, I built my deck to completely destroy yours. And then everyone in the crowd was like, oh my god, that guy's built a hate deck. That's not good. You're not allowed to do that. That's unsportsmanlike. And I'm just like, bro, that happens all the fucking time. if you're playing anything, it doesn't have to be a card game. Pokemon, League of Legends, if you see that the enemy is running something, you run something to deliberately fuck it up. That's how it works, but there was something about that where it was, let's just immediately go after Wolf Glick and fuck him up. That's why I brought the Escalavier. That's what reminded me of that, because in that anime specifically, they made it seem like such a bullshit thing to do. Counterpicked is funny. It's frustrating being on the end of it. Let's be real, it's completely frustrating being on the end of the counterpick. However, to turn it into like, you're fucking evil, you're a horrible person. I just find that funny.
A regional that lives in infamy in the minds of those of us who were there because it was huge, to the point where they ran out of seats.
These headphones are going to fall out of my ears.
This year they changed the format to no longer be single eliminations. You were allowed to play even after you
I
lost.
subbed, yo, thank you very much.
Team that had
thank you for supporting the channel.
But it wasn't an offensive Regigigas, it was this weird support one. It had Thunderwave, Confuse Ray, and Rock Slide, where I wanted to use the good bulk that it had to just like basically paralyze and flinch everything.
That's a funny idea.
Got me all the way in the finals. Then in the finals I lost to a player who I'd go on to become friends with. Because I made it all the way to the finals, I won a stipend to go to nationals, so I was able to go to nationals that second year as well. Somehow I ended up winning the whole thing again.
I like the picture of Victini, even though it was clearly not usable.
As well, and he won the second one too. We both won nationals back to back together in different divisions. We'd worked on the team together. And
you can't run this Pokemon that I put on the wall.
Sitting on the stage together. It was a really special experience.
2013 was Wolfie's worst year, I'm pretty sure, when it's coming up.
Game, but,
the inflatable Pikachu's back.
You know, we'll see where that takes us.
Help him.
I'll tell you one thing, his team is very Hawaiian-like.
Yo, Raycon with the $15 donation.
These Pokemon that you just couldn't get rid of. And I think that 2012 Worlds was where
support the channel. Thank you so much.
This concept, I was looking at moves that I thought were underrated, and I came across this move, Skill Swap, which is the ability of the user and the ability of the target.
Raycon supports the channel more than most.
Skill Swap. So that was the kind of
#1
concept. I added
actual #1.
It was just one of the best Pokemon at the time. I added Hitmontop because I thought Intimidate and Fake Out support was really good. I added Choice Band Terrakion for burst damage, and then I added Executor because I was looking for a Pokemon.
These animations are really cool.
With Heatran being weak
Why
to
they
ground fighting, and
they look like they're made out of wood.
Executor resists all of those, and so I was like, oh, Executor is perfect synergy with Heatran. And it has this really cool ability, Harvest, which basically gives it unlimited HP. And so I added Executor to the team, and it ended up being the star of the show.
Oh, Executor shiny is red? I actually didn't know that. That's cool. Sorry, I'm just quickly trying to find...
It's one of my favorite teams I ever made, and it was this, like, yeah, weird out of
the leaderboard
that people weren't...
That's Happy Halloween.
Using, but it was really, really good, and it basically carried me all the way to the top cut.
Found it.
So the first player I had to play in Top Cut was Sajin Park, and I had lost him the day before in Swiss, and it wasn't even really close. So I'm trying to figure out a plan in the
Why not
lobby
make
of the hotel,
Raycon the moderator of the channel? I already have.
And I'm like, well, I may as well ask for help because I'm kind of stuck and I already
Nice try, I've already done it.
Right? And one of those players happened to be Marcus. He and his friends agreed to help me out. And right away, Marcus and I just like clicked together really well. We had really similar views of how to play the game.
Responsibilities.
And we became friends almost immediately.
So Marcus helped
destroy
me
Cubely.
Really good game plan that way. I don't think I would have figured it out on my own. And then the next day I go and I play against Sajin, this player who I lost to, and I was able to win. But the problem was that the next round in the semifinals, I was up against a player from Spain.
No, it destroyed them.
He was my other loss the day before. And so I found Marcus, and he was like, okay, and we sat down and we made a plan. And I beat Abel as well because of Marcus's help, 2-0. On the first day, I didn't bring Executor versus either of those players, and I lost. And on the top
I've seen so many shinies I've not seen before.
Executor, and I won all 4 games. The true strength of the team was the skill swap, Cresselia plus Heatran and all.
Is that what the World Championship's about?
Really memorable, and I also like that it's really goofy. For me, it was always important to not take myself too seriously, and I thought that Executor was like a good representation of that because it's such a funny Pokemon.
I love how Spain just seems to produce winners. That is a really specific call out to Spain.
The finals, I believe that I was going to win because it was what made the most sense from a narrative standpoint. I have this incredible first season. I lose to the defending champ in Top Cut. And then the next year, I come back,
GameSpot.
I make it all the way to World's Finals, and the final person I have to beat is, you know, now the 2-time defending world champion.
Isn't Spain really good at
What an
football? I
incredible
think they
story.
are.
I had kind
Yeah.
of my failure, and now I have my redemption. Yeah, like, of course I'm going to win.
Okay, that was a really smooth animation. I like that. So were he, Ran, and Cresselia, were they not considered, were they not restricted?
I wasn't, like, mentally prepared to deal with them.
Close combat?
Right. Oh, wow. Critical hit start the match, and Metagross goes down.
This is where he butchers his game.
Oh,
Yeah.
really put the damage into him.
In the first,
It's Ray Rizzo. We were talking about him
I got
earlier.
2 critical hits, and by the end of the first game, I lost, and I was like, oh my god, I got so lucky, and I still lost. I had to, for the first time, consider that I might lose, and so I think that's a bad time to be doing it in the finals, mid-set.
Wolf looks stunned.
Well, you know,
That dude looks like the
can't help
freaking
but be stunned there.
soul sucked out of his ass. He's just sitting there like
that either. The national level stage was much smaller, and so it was not an experience I was used to.
And there is something about playing on
Cresselia
DSs
taking
on
weak
the
damage
table.
against a fighting type attack. Fighting types are attacks do not do well against psychic type Pokemon.
Right.
The memorable moment from World's 2012 finals is me using Hitmontop Close Combat onto Cresselia. It was just a misclick. Like, I think I was just like moving too fast. I was too nervous. I just made a mistake. Like, I don't think there was a deeper reason behind it. I mean, I'm sure the deeper reason was the pressure and like the game slipping away from me. I think my biggest mistake was believing.
Guys, he said it a couple of times. He said the word mistake. How many times have I made mistakes in my gameplay? World Champ Difference makes mistakes all the time too. Don't mind me. That's this. 100%. That's the Pepsi. That's the world-class Pepsi difference.
Fitting for my story was going to happen. Now realizing that there's nobody writing the script. Like, that's not how this works.
Ladies and gentlemen, does this mean what I think it means? We have here a 3-time world champion,
I definitely viewed Ray as
I just haven't seen these people before, so 3 times world champion. Okay.
Especially because I've had such dominant performances.
Dude looks like Shaggy.
Seasons, like, to have a player who
else has
twice,
pointed that
it
out?
definitely felt like we were rivals.
The Masters Division runner-up from the USA, Mr. Wolf Glenn.
Second place at the World Championship.
Could you just say second place and not runner-up, please? It feels better.
I was so upset. I was like, I lost to the same guy twice, like in the finals. So I don't think I handled it with the most grace that I could have. I was also a kid, you know, like I mean, I wasn't like a kid, but I was like 16, 17 at the time. So I think that I wasn't like as good at dealing with new and complex emotions as perhaps I would like to be now.
We're gonna see you in Vancouver.
At the same time, I had won the trip and the qualification to the next year's Worlds, which took a lot of pressure off. The only way you could qualify for Worlds back in my first 2 seasons was to finish top 8 at a national championship or better. There was one other
I did
way
wonder
in.
how
You
you
could
did
show up to
that.
the tournament, and there's something called the last chance qualifier, where you just played until there were only 4 players left. So it was a huge.
Oh, I know
gamble.
about the last
Very
chance
expensive flight
qualifier,
across the country
but
to
how does someone
maybe have
like
a chance
me
to
from
play
the
in actual
UK
tournament.
get
So,
into
like, in the
a
second
massive
Worlds, I
American
won the trip
tournament? I'm
to
not. I don't know how that
Vancouver,
works.
qualified for Worlds there, so I was really upset and I was really frustrated, but I was also motivated at the same time. It didn't make me want to win Worlds any less. It just made me want to do it even more.
Oh, not the friendship
When I was
chapter.
younger, especially, I had a
That's
really
where the
hard time
controversy
making
comes
friends.
from.
I was really awkward. I was really shy. And I think because of the way
Easy,
that I
sign
looked,
up for
the way that my
tournaments.
teachers
Yeah,
landed
but
on my face,
what I mean
I
is
came across as, like,
what does the
maybe uninterested or
UK championship
intimidating,
scene look
but
like?
really
I have
was
no
just, like, shy and
idea.
didn't know how to approach people, but because of the way that I looked, people.
I mean,
would
now that I live in
approach me.
London, maybe it's
And I
actually
remember
just
being
down
at
the
Worlds,
road.
And like, I didn't really have a group. Like, a lot of people in Pokemon had a friend group back then because there weren't that many people, so you kind of clustered up. And I didn't really have a group of people to be with, and so I was like a little bit lonely. But like going out and trying to like make friends.
There's no
and I
region
remember
restriction.
being like, this
Right.
Is so wonderful
Yeah, of
because
course.
I never have to worry about that. I don't know what to say because we can always talk about Pokemon. Like I know that we all have this shared interest, this
But-
shared passion.
What I mean is you have regionals and you have nationals and then you have the world championship. So obviously you need to go to UK regionals and win those, then fly out to nationals to then perchance get the opportunity to participate in worlds. Essentially, that's my understanding of how it works. But I've never seen a UK regional before, which is just an interesting thing to think about, you know, like think of it in your own country outside of America and Japan, for example. Like you've somehow got to find your regional somewhere. Like where is that exactly? Coach Surf your American followers and bounce from one tournament to the next. That's true as well. It could just be a case of who you know.
I don't need to worry that I am saying the wrong thing or that I don't know how to talk to people, because I can just talk about Pokemon and then that makes it easier.
No strategy. Just go out there and
strategy. It's all strategy. It's all about becoming friends with your Pokemon.
I remember
that's how you win.
How much easier it was to talk to people than I was used to.
There are a ton of European regionals happening right now, so I probably need to travel all over Europe then.
We clicked so well and so easily that it was an experience that I'd never really had before. So we started talking it was legitimately every single day. Like I remember I was always aware of what time it was in Germany, and I'm sure he was always aware of what time it was in DC. Like we would just spend all day talking about teams, talk about Pokemon, talk about the game, and it was really fun. It was interesting being friends with somebody and being so close with them, and also knowing
the Europe Championship is in London.
A week a year, and at worst, we don't get to see each other this year. It was interesting that our friendship was so strong.
Obviously, they're talking about friends at the moment and how they've made friends over Pokemon, but I'm just going to mention, definitely not Scarlet and Violet. I have no interest in playing that competitively. However, Gen 10, depending on what the gimmick is, who knows? Maybe I'll just turn up one day and see how well I do. Hey, why not? Sounds like a laugh.
Despite that, because it's hard for me to imagine being friends with somebody knowing that I might not see them for potentially 2 or 3 years if things don't go well.
Yeah, if I'm shit at Pokemon, this friend group doesn't exist.
Have somebody who I was attached to at the hip. It was a really,
what about
really
Pokemon Champions?
Experience.
That too. But sorry, I don't want to keep pausing over and over again. But the thing is Pokemon Champions is going to be Vancouver, specifically designed after certain metas. So Champions is going to be the new VGC format. I believe it definitely will be, but I don't know how long, the longevity of that is truly going to be without it having major overhauls every 5 years, you know? But obviously, we already know that the first meta is going to be Mega Evolutions, which is why looking at the Megas which are in Legends ZA already is going to be important for what is happening in Pokemon Championships, Ranked Ladder, and whatever the hell the regionals is going to end up looking like. So, hey, I like Mega Evolutions, so maybe I'll just do that. No, you need Incineroar. Yeah, but Incineroar doesn't have a Mega. However, it's still completely viable. In fact, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe Incineroar being as strong as it is, without having a Mega Evolution, means you can also just automatically slot Incineroar in and bring another Mega along with you. Mega Kangaskhan. Fuck Mega Kangaskhan anyway, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to be running Mega Sceptile and no one can fucking stop me. I love that dude. He's so cool. But that's exactly it. I need to figure out how am I going to run a team with a Sceptile and an Incineroar on it? How am I going to make this work, I wonder? Then you need a Ditto with a hidden ability? Oh, what, you mean Imposter? That'd be funny. I hear ZA VGC is mostly normal Mons 1 Mega. That makes a lot of sense. And that's good. I like that. I'll keep it in mind though. I'm tossing up the idea of potentially playing Pokemon competitively, depending on how well the future goes. My girlfriend's currently out of town at the moment, and she's currently got the Switch, so I can't play Legends ZA at the moment. But that's perfectly fine. I told her to take the Switch anyway. But I will likely sit down and probably grind out a bunch of Legends ZA just so that I can finally, actually have the Pokemon that I want to transfer up to Champions. When that comes out, do Champions even have a freaking release date yet? Does anybody know when it is? Is it next year? Nintendo are usually very good at announcing things that are coming out relatively soon. Find a Pokemon that synergizes really well with Mega Sceptile. That's what I'm thinking. I need to find something that synergizes really well with Mega Sceptile. Basically, I need something with Follow Me or Rage Powder. But then if I've got Mega Sceptile, I don't think I want Amoonguss, because it's coming out 26. Or you mean next year or the 26th of November? If I remember correctly, they didn't say anything, I guess like Christmas or May. I want to say it's coming out next year. It can't be ready yet. Pokemon Champions will most likely launch between Christmas and the Mega Dimensions DLC. That's a good point. Taking the Mega Dimensions DLC into account, do you reckon it will come out before the Mega Dimensions DLC or after? Because let's face it, Generation 10 is going to be November next year. I think it would be very strange if Gen 10 wasn't next year. After for sure. That's why I'm thinking if Pokemon Champions comes out in May, you don't have an exceptionally long amount of time until Gen 10 comes out, unless Gen 10 is going to come out in 2027, of which that's a bloody long wait for between Generation 9 and 10. Togekiss is immune to Dragon. No, I would want something that can fuck up a Togekiss then. I'm expecting the enemy to use Togekiss to stop my Sceptile from doing anything. I'm going to have so many dragons on my team because I'm a fucking child. I think there's going to be another side piece before the main line. Yeah, Poketopia. The Ditto Animal Crossing. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Video game players.
I really do want it this year. I've
Those who play video games.
Finally
proceed.
Get it. I feel much better with it. It's kind of a new playstyle, new way of playing the game.
Inflatable Pikachu is everywhere.
I can just throw out my opponents, and I think it'll change the way people look at the way we play the game.
It was a disaster. The team was a disaster. Like, my mentality was a disaster. The whole thing was a horrible mess.
I can't help but notice Wolf hasn't actually achieved an insane amount at Worlds yet.
I was so stupid. Like, I basically was convinced that, like, I could play the game any way I wanted, and just by it being me, it would be the right way. That's not how it works. That's a lesson that I learned. I had all these people in my life in Pokemon who were trying so hard to get me on the right track. It was a moment where I thought that I knew better, and it was so apparent that I been a little arrogant.
Hey, being able to acknowledge that is completely fair.
Maybe 10 months this year, spending so much more time. And last year I had about a month.
I knew at the beginning of the season that I'd already qualified. So my
try using a fast rock slide Pokemon.
Like,
that's true.
Working on one team, that team will be so good.
Sandvale Garchomp.
On it. Now realizing that, like, the meta changes.
Double Dragon.
You have to learn things about the format before you can really start building. So I spent all year on this one terrible team with all these awful Pokemon. I was focused on Pokemon that were so incredibly tanky with lots of recovery, and I basically just wanted to, like, toxic stall everything and then outbulk them to win the game. It doesn't work very well, is the lesson that I learned. You're always going to be susceptible to critical hits, to, like, really offensive teams. And
yeah, critical hits really make bulky Pokemon just shudder.
Are you going to beat Ray Rizzo with this team?
I am absolutely going to beat Ray Rizzo with this team.
I think, ironically, I did end up outplacing Ray by one placement.
Most unconfident smile in the world.
So that was kind of like a how the mighty have fallen, except that I think Ray was kind of joking around, not taking it as seriously, and I think that I would not have said the same about me.
Well, yeah, but dude had won 3 times already.
Like, oh, I'm not invincible. Like, oh, I'm not. It wasn't just like there's one player who's my kryptonite.
What a cocky bastard, exactly. So
my first 2 seasons, I attended
you spent months making this team.
Regionals, first nationals,
and the best achievement you can say you got out of it was I beat my other friend who was not taking it seriously.
But the problem was that I took the wrong lessons from my success. I thought that I was doing well because I was able to find these, like, weird Pokemon that nobody else was believed in, nobody else could use, and
I like doing that too.
Sauce. And because of that, I made myself worse.
If you're looking for a fairy counter, use Caladon.
There were no resources. There were no.
That's a good point.
There wasn't really any.
But again, there's too many freaking dragons.
Because the one person who was, like, consistently better than me in the U.S. was, like, my rival, and so I didn't really have any external resources, and frankly, knowing my personality, I probably wouldn't have listened anyway. Like, I wanted to do things my way, and because of that, 2013, I feel like I built all of these terrible habits, and then in 2014, I had to start unlearning them. I had to start figuring out the process of getting back to a good place.
God, you remember freaking 3DS XLs? They had such flimsy screens.
So
Used to love them both.
2014
What a
was the
console.
season where they introduced championship points for the first time, where now it wasn't just about making top 8 at nationals, it was instead about earning points over the course of the season to qualify. And because of that, rather than there being 4 slots from the US, there were far more. So in theory, it was the easiest year to qualify thus far. And that's important.
Do they still
because
do it that way?
2014 was the first
Inflatable
and only year
Pikachu was
ever that
everywhere.
I did not qualify for the World Championships. The regionals, I had
It's like, where's
performances,
Waldo?
but not great. But
Just,
ultimately
there
came
he
down
is.
to the national championship for me, where I was 1 win short of advancing to the next day, basically. And because of that, I didn't earn enough championship points to qualify, which felt really, really bad for a couple of reasons. The first being that not qualifying for Worlds after such a disappointing finish last year meant I wouldn't have a chance to redeem myself. The second being that Marcus had a great
Oh,
season
he brought a
winning
little
nationals.
Executor
Felt like I was
toy with
falling
him. That's
behind.
cute.
And third, and I would say most importantly, World was in DC that year. So it was in my hometown, and I didn't get to
What
play.
if I just turned up
I
in
had to
full
sit in the
Sceptile
sidelines
cosplay
watch
and didn't
as
use it?
In my city, I didn't even have a chance to compete for the crown. However,
Hello, Sir Hall.
back then, because qualifying
Go
was so
jump
much
in the
harder,
pool.
we still had the
I
last
demand
chance
it.
qualifier, that tournament where however many people wanted could show up, and the last 4 standing would make it into the tournament. And so
Should make a
everything for me
drinking game
kind of
out of it.
hinged
Every
on
inflatable
this last
Pikachu
chance
take a
qualifier.
shot. No. There's an inflatable Pikachu at every event. No, not today, I'm sick. Ah, fair enough, mate. I'm
The team I
aware
used for the last
Executor is his
qualifier,
favorite
I really
Pokemon, don't
liked.
worry.
It was a team builder on the combination of Gothitelle and Mawile, which is a really strong emerging duo. Mega Kangaskhan had dominated most of the format. However, Mega Mawile was the Mega Evolution at the time that seemed to match up the best into it with its steel typing. That
My
wasn't into
current
fighting
World
and also had
Championship
good in
team
space form and hit
is for
super
goth
hard.
girls,
So,
okay?
Mawile plus Gothitelle
You
was a
can't
really
win.
strong combo, and I paired
What
this
are you
with
meant to
some
do?
of my
Get your
favorite Pokemon,
dinosaur
like
out of
Politoed
here.
and Parasong, so I could use the Parasong
Peristrap,
Shadow combination,
exactly.
as well as Scrafty, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon that now had access to Intimidate to kind of enable a more bulky Trick Room mode, also allowing me to use...
I like Intimidate Scrafty, but I think
Moxie's
Moxie's such a fun ability.
Saltbest is another fake-out user to help set up Parasong to take advantage of the rain. And my final Pokemon was a Life Orb Hydreigon, which could do tons of damage to Pokemon like Aegislash, which is a huge counter to Peristrap. Just like my first tournament, by the way, this
That's a
was
good point.
single elimination. So if you lost a single game, you were out. No information, closed team sheets. It was really hard.
I always wonder, how the hell do you get through Aegislash? That thing is a tank when it wants to be, of course. And then it will kill you when it doesn't want to be a
In
tank
the end,
anymore.
I just barely made it through the last chance qualifier to qualify for the World Championships. Out of all the tournaments I've ever played, this is the one that I personally consider to be the hardest. Being able to go and compete at Worlds was just an incredible feeling.
I hate. Hang on. I'm sorry, but that freeze frame of Ludicolo just being like, oh! I think pausing it made the stream lag a little bit, but it's okay. I hate open team sheet format. You mean, so the idea that you could just see what the enemy's running. The fact that you can only take 4 Pokemon into a battle anyway does kind of alleviate that a little bit, but I know what you mean. But then again, isn't that what made Zoroark one of the best Pokemon, and then suddenly one of the worst? Because you could chuck out Zoroark. If you didn't know what the enemy team were running, they would throw out, like, you'd be like, here is my Steelix, and then you hit it with a water move, and then, uh-oh, I'm actually a Zoroark. Whereas now you're just like, oh, I see you have a Zoroark on your team. Guess I'll just hit everything with freaking close combat and just hope and pray. Zoroark wasn't good and competitive in any format. Yeah, I know. It's literally unusable because you can see it coming from a mile away. My problem is it takes out the surprise factor. Exactly. But for a more strategic gameplay experience, I do kind of understand why they have it. Because then you can see how many teams are bringing Incineroar. And you can see how many times you need to make sure you've got Pokemon's running Clear Amulet, you know? Just, oh, great. Here he comes. Hisuian Zoroark, though. Very good point. Some Pokemon are so diverse in roles, for example, being a fast attacker or a bulky tank, you have to play around what they'll be used for. See, that's the other thing, is without open sheet, without open team view, you could see a Pokemon that could be built in 3 different ways just appear in front of you, and you now need to flip a coin multiple times to figure out, is that being bulky or is that actually going to be a sweeper? I don't know. Whereas if you have an open team sheet, you can see the rest of the team and be like, Well, they don't have a sweeper on this, so that must be its sweeper. Or you can make an educated guess, I suppose, is the best way of saying it. So I can see the good and bad of both. It is very funny, though, when there's like, oh, we're going to play the restricted format, and someone's like, go Dialga, and someone's like, go Eternatus. You're like, hang on a minute. I didn't see that in the prep. Top Hat tea or coffee? Both. I drink both. I literally had a coffee this morning and a tea about 15 minutes ago. God, I know Mega Charizard Y is really strong.
I finished 9th. If a couple of my opponents had won one more round, I would have made it into the top 8. And that really stung. And it also stung in part because there were some unfortunate things that happened there. The first was
what should I make?
The Pokemon
Coffee.
Company made the decision to publish the teams of the players who made it through the Last Chance qualifier online. So while I was playing closed team sheet for the whole tournament, every one of my opponents, they could look on their phone and see everything about my team while I was going in completely blind. It was a huge disadvantage.
That's
and on top
harsh.
of that, there was a player who I played against who beat me who had cheated. So back in the day, tournaments were played on the 3DS, and
That
you made all your
sucks.
moves on the bottom screen, while the top screen displayed what was going on. And so there were a couple players who realized at the time that if you kind of positioned yourself properly and you leaned forward and you had the right angle, you could see what was going on your opponent's bottom screen. You could see what moves they were selecting, and then you could pick your own moves. And you would sometimes catch people doing it, but it was hard. It was midway through game 2 when I realized what was going on, and it was too late. Like, I'd already lost game 1. They made some ridiculous read game 2. I looked up, I saw them looking at my screen, and it was too late. Like, what was I gonna do? Be like, hey, they're looking
That's
at my
freaking
screen.
shit.
And then the opponent's like, I wasn't looking at the screen, and that was it. And so not only did I barely miss out on resistance, not only did my team published online,
just pulled the
it really
DS
had a
closer
huge
to me.
disadvantage, but also I
Fuck
was
you.
cheated against to lose one of my 2 losses that ultimately knocked me out. And so it feels like if any one of those things had gone differently, I might have been able to do it. Although I knew that that was a year that I could have won Worlds, and where
Dude's
my team
wearing a
matched up
Rammus
really
hat.
well against the eventual winners.
That's the wrong
I also
game.
knew that I was lucky to have made it in the first place. So kind of both emotions were powerful, both the gratitude at being able to play and also the frustration that these things had happened that were out of my control.
I mean, that just sounds very annoying, but at the same time, why would Pokemon do it that way? They're just like, he won with this team, everyone. You're just like, yeah, but he's bringing that. Like, why did you tell everyone?
Myself, and I started being able to overcome them.
That's
in small
stupid.
ways, and so I had an amazing season. I won regionals with Mega Banette of all Pokemon.
What is this documentary about? So if you know anything about Pokemon World Championships, so this is a documentary literally made on Wolf Glick, one of the best Pokemon players competitively out there. And there's a lot to learn about competitive Pokemon in this documentary. It's really cool.
Then I won regionals with Perish Trap. I also finished second place at regionals as well, where I lost to Aaron Zhang in the finals. And then I made top cut at nationals, despite not having a team going in. I think I figured out my team on the plane ride to nationals.
Oh, I
It
like the
was very
substitute
stressful.
plushie.
I had like a lot of
That's cute.
CP going into this tournament, and I think at this point I should have locked up the
No one uses
the flight, the
Zangoose.
day 2 invite, which
Get
is
it off there.
Really happy about that. Top 8 was an incredible finish. It put me at first in championship points in the country. That being said, this is a point where I think my mentality was at its lowest. I remember finishing top 8 at nationals after I hadn't had a team, after it was super, super close, and being like upset about it and being like frustrated that I didn't
Yellow
win the
Landorus
tournament.
Firion looks very unwell.
I think that like looking back, this was a
Dude
moment
needs
where I
help.
can say like my relationship with the game and my mentality around the game was not.
Zangoose
healthy.
was good in
Feeling
Gen
like I had
3.
to win or it wasn't worth it. It was not.
And that's about it.
sustainable. And I remember Marcus being really. He never said anything about it, but I could tell that he was upset when after I finished top 8. I was upset, and I could see Marcus like disappointed that I felt disappointed when I had had such a good run when it was so close to being a disaster. Yeah, like that's something that's really stuck with me is the feeling of like making someone who cared deeply about me and I cared deeply about.
Blink
like, not
twice
feel
if
good
you're
because I
okay.
wasn't, like,
You won't be
happy
able
with
to
my
tell.
own result.
What if I did it on my eyebrows? I need to go on my PC. My phone's almost dead.
To welcome you to this year's Pokemon
See you in a
World
minute.
Championships.
In Boston.
We're gonna jump
Leave
right into
America
this
at some
match, though,
point.
as we're going to see Wolf, Glick, and Nikolai
So at Worlds 2015, the team that I brought was a bunch of Pokemon that I was familiar with that were kind of classics of mine. I had Scrafty, who had become like a real staple. I had my Lodic, who I had used at Nationals, and I really liked as a Pokemon.
Thunderbolt, though,
I like the
gonna go into
Zapdos.
Milotic, and it's going to be super effective, doing a huge amount of damage, and the paralysis off of the Thunderbolt.
I had this like defensive Aegislash. I had Landorus Therian for a double Intimidate.
And confuse it. Thunderous is going to avoid the Rock Slide. That's exactly why I said potentially, because I just wasn't sure if the favors were going to be in Wolf's.
Yeah, that sucks.
Charizard X is my Mega Evolution. The idea
Biggest
being that it was
problem.
fast, it could hit hard.
Biggest problem with freaking Rock Slide is that accuracy.
And opposing Landorus. So my strategy was kind of this: shut down the opponent with Will-O-Wisp, recover with Roost, and then do big damage with Flare Blitz was the idea.
But unfortunately, Charizard gets fully paralyzed when something in the sun might have been fun for Wolf.
And the last Pokemon was Zapdos, who also had recovery and also was just an annoying Pokemon to deal with, gave me a ground immunity, etc.
The Charizard X is going to be fully paralyzed again, unfortunately for Wolf. Kind of rubbing salt in the wound there, but I think that is going to kind of turn it over to Nikolai.
I once again missed out on top cut.
I like shiny Charizard white. Dude's a really cool color, like shade of black.
2015 was the worst mental state I've ever played a tournament in my life. I was really
okay. Wolf. I'm just going to quickly mention here, this entire like half an hour has been you saying just how bad your mental was. Going into almost every single tournament. Like, he walked in, shaking in his boots, won a couple of them, lost a bunch more. All I'm hearing, actually, at the moment is the world champion really freaking struggled to begin with. Dude, like, really had to, like, grab the reins and reel himself back in. I'm very curious to see where the part of the story is where it all starts to shoot upwards for him. Because I've known this guy for being very, very good at Pokemon, and the first half of this documentary so far has just been bad mental state. This game's really hard. Ow, ow. So many punches.
Place. I had just the week before gone through a pretty serious
Dear
breakup.
God,
and
Wolf is making it sound like he's extremely depressed.
What was happening, and I was kind of clicking buttons on instinct, but like my heart wasn't in it, my head wasn't in it. Like I was so distraught that like even playing in the World Championships, like it didn't like move me in the way that it normally does. It's not a tournament where I have happy memories associated with.
Take a shot.
With one exception.
Inflatable Pikachu detected.
Looks like Shoma most likely to pull this off, and we see him run. There it is, guys.
Oh, he wasn't even in there this time.
And Shoma Honami is your 2015 Pokemon video game world
Bro, the button of your trousers popped off, and he's dead.
Out. No shoes. Knocked his shoes right off.
I remember
that kid is insane.
And, like,
somebody help him.
Get
him in an ambulance.
Tournament and realizing like Japan smoked us, like not close. Japan finished first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And I don't remember who initiated it.
That's scary.
Marcus, but somebody was like, "Hey, next
is this
year,
League of Legends but with Korea?"
And we were like, "Oh," and we were like, "Okay, we'll make the promise. Next year, one of us is gonna win." That's a moment that's really stuck with me because next year it was one of
Blood
us.
died in front of everyone. Come on, where's the redemption? Never do that again. That is such a... I hate the sound effect, wherever it goes with this. It's like Resident Evil monsters coming into place. Okay, that's a scary looking team.
Because of the
even I know that's scary.
It was a much more stale format with a lot less innovation than normal. Because this team was so strong, it ended up winning almost every major event throughout the entire year. And even when players thought they had found a counter to it, and it didn't win a tournament, the Big Six team would just adapt and then beat the counter. And so it was always dominating tournaments for the entire season. Xerneas,
yeah, I've heard about that.
Ridiculous. Being able to double its three most important stats and its speed, special attack.
I love the idea of Yveltal, but
Xerneas
was so good.
Perfect synergy with Primal Groudon in that fire, steel, and poison types that resist Xerneas' fairy moves. Primal Groudon hits all of them with its ground moves. The real issue, though, was like less about the restricted Pokemon, that certainly didn't help, and more about Smeargle. Smeargle back in 2016 was a complete menace. It has access to
is this before shit was... Yeah, is this before the Dark Void ban?
Signature move, Dark Void, which which hits both opposing Pokemon and puts them to sleep for up to 3 turns.
That's so
and
cool.
On top of this, Smeargle also gets the Moody
Smeargle
ability,
the
giving it
war
a
criminal.
random stat boost every
Exactly.
single turn, and getting something like a speed boost,
Actively
or evasion
ruining the
boost,
game
or
that
even
he's
a
in.
defense boost on occasion would like completely swing the match. And we were playing in a format where you couldn't know what moves your opponent had until after they already used them. It was just, it was so horrible.
Would Wide Guard work against Dark Void? Everyone just whipping out Wide Guard to make sure the Dark Void didn't go off.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the 2016 Pokemon National Championships here in
Dude, your badge is
Columbus,
glinting.
Ohio. Our
I'm
first
sorry.
battle here on
I
the
get
main
it. You
stream
got money.
is
Stop
going
it.
to be, Ray, your old rival, Wolf Glick, still playing while you're back here behind the desk. I hope there's no
Wolf,
comments
what
on
is that
bias here.
toothpaste fit, man?
Nationals, I was primed
What
to get the
is
day
that
one bye,
freaking
starting
Aqua
immediately at the second
Fresh
day of Worlds,
minty
and another
look we
really
got
strong
going
season.
on?
I won a regional after World, and then
Oh, not the
I also
Billy
won a
Drum
regional before that
Azumarill.
with
Even
my
I know
stupid
what that
Dialga
is.
Kyogre team, where Dialga was not a very good restricted Pokemon, but I just got really good matchups, so it worked. And then at Nationals, I used a really weird team with like Red Card Heatran, Scrafty, who wasn't considered very good at the
What's your
time,
favorite
Primal
legendary?
Groudon, Dialga.
Dialga.
It is getting to the crunch time, Evan.
Dialga's so
It's
cool, in my
their
opinion.
lives are on the line right now. They really
One of
don't
my
have much
favorite
room for error.
legendaries,
They can't really draw
absolutely.
too many more games, so
I felt really prepared. I like had gotten #1 on the in-game ladder. I'd gotten #1 on the showdown ladder. I was feeling super, super good.
Groudon does
Is that a
go for the
Pikachu?
precipice
There's
plays,
been many
so a lot of
Pikachus.
damage will be dealt to this Dialga.
Look for the inflatable Pikachus. They are everywhere in this video.
Oh no!
No, that's not
Looks
fair.
like Wolf is going to go ahead and forfeit this match in the game here.
I ended up having my worst finish ever at the time. That was really
Dialga has one of the coolest moves ever. Roar of Time is such a cool idea, but it actually doesn't do much.
Details of my team to many other competitors. So once again, I was going in with an information disadvantage where people knew what my sets were, and I had all these crazy choices on my team, but it didn't matter because I'd been compromised when it came
I do
to
like how
information. So
well
I was in my little
Groudon
bit
just
because, like, I had
stayed
considered this person a
relevant
friend,
for.
and then they had like given out information of my team.
No wonder everyone
In that
loves Gen
moment, I thought
3.
about seriously quitting. The
Even
terrible way I
Nintendo
feel
does.
after losing, it's not worth chasing this anymore. Like I think I might actually be done. I had been in
Hey, Ray
position to
Claus is
get
really
day
good
one
as well.
bye, and I was like, I had such an
Absolutely
incredible
brilliant
season,
mon.
And then I'd had one bad performance, and I didn't get the day one bye. So I had to start in the first day of the tournament. I wouldn't have this massive advantage in terms of information and in terms of everything else. And I think between like having such a bad finish, having the practice go so well, and then the performance go so badly, and then also like feeling betrayed by somebody who I had like trusted and had considered a friend, like it all kind of coalesced into this knot of bad feeling.
I am also getting this nasty vibe about the World Championships that people, if you just can't give people information, if somebody else is competing, you need to talk to them like at the beginning of the split and then absolutely write them off for the rest of it, because they now know what you're going to potentially bring, and the second they see what you're doing, they might be your mate. But the fact that they're your mate, they know how you think, they know how you operate, which is so cheeky and like kind of evil. But at the same time, if you have that information, why wouldn't you use it? I don't know. I almost feel like you're shooting yourself in the foot, because the people that you're bouncing your ideas off of are also your competitors. Like, no shit, you are actively giving people the lowdown on your team. Absolutely. It's extremely stressful to be at any VGC tournament. It's extremely stressful being in any competitive freaking medium whatsoever, let alone it being Pokemon or whatever game you're playing. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like freaking League of Legends. It's gonna be stressful. But this is the mental before you even go in. This is I have spent the last like 6 months of this game's existence telling all of my people that I'm going to be battling what my ideas are. Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe, if you think about it even a little bit, are you telling them more information than they're telling you? I don't know. I feel like that's how you shoot yourself in the foot. Go, ow, that was stupid. But shoot yourself in the other foot just to see if it feels any different. No trust. It's when money is involved, when titles are involved, trust only goes so far. it really only goes so far. Like, honestly, there's only so much you can do and expect to get away with, because at the end of the day, if you are given the decision between earning another $10,000 or letting a friend win, really, which one of them is going to be in the front of your mind? You know, like, coming second place and coming first place, that is defined in history, and going forwards, people will remember that forever. So, I don't know. It's really, really tricky. I'm taking that money. Exactly. Like, I would shake my mate's hand. I'll just be like, look, I know I kicked the shit out of you. I am the better player. I got more money. I could have let you had it. But at the end of the day, no hard feelings. This is literally how it's supposed to be, because that's what they're going to do to you. That's what they're going to do to you. You can't be that friendly person all the fucking time. Sometimes you got to pull your pants up and be like, I'm ready to show you why I'm the best. Even if we live down the same road, drink the same tea, and freaking arm wrestle over ideas every day on Discord. I hated the format that Wolf was just talking about. It was so hard. It was use this team or die trying. Absolutely. Absolutely. The origin form Groudon with all of these other freaking... all of those Pokemon, you just didn't have a choice. And I completely understand why people didn't like it, completely.
That's when the doubt started to set in, right? Like, and the feelings of, did I miss my opportunity because I was so concerned on how good it would feel when I did win that I didn't take the time to actually make sure that I did win in the first place? Did I forever forfeit my dream because I just wasn't good enough in one match?
No. No, I just think you were too nice. I genuinely, from everything that this freaking documentary has been telling me, is you were too nice. You actually weren't competitive enough.
It was tough, but at the same time, I was ready to kind of give Worlds a full shot as well. Marcus had qualified, he was coming in, and we were like, okay, we gotta build a team. Like, that's the most important thing right now. We have to figure out a team.
You can always be nice, but confidence in your ability and a good person. You got to be able to do both, but you also got to know when to switch it off.
Was that you had
go in for the kill.
With your team. You could either try and beat the Big Six team that was dominating and winning most tournaments, or you could try and beat the other teams, and no team existed that could do both. And so what Marcus and I set out to do was to build
that's a cool model of a Pokeball. I like that.
Also beat everything else as well. We realized that the combination of Mega Gengar, Hitmontop, Bronzong, and Primal Kyogre together could beat almost all Big Six variants, with like Lumberry, Safeguard Bronzong to deal with the Smeargle and the Xerneas. You had Kyogre and Wideguard Hitmontop to deal with the
you see that Xerneas just
with Mega Gengar to punish Xerneas in the lead and to deal with Mega Kangaskhan and to some extent Mega
I've got to beat my Mega Gengar.
Also could like taunt Smeargle. So we had basically 4 Pokemon that together completely shut down almost all of the main pathways that the Big Six teams took.
So much thinking though.
The problem was that we hadn't dealt with the other teams as well. And we eventually realized that the other restricted that made sense to pair with Primal Kyogre was Mega Rayquaza. That way, against teams with dual primals, Mega Rayquaza could enable your Kyogre to beat their Groudon, and with its strong physical attack, you could also use it to beat Primal Kyogre, so it was really effective against those teams.
That's
then
just
if we had
funny.
Raichu's Lightning Rod ability, we could protect ourselves from Thundurus, we could protect ourselves from other electric-type attackers, and of course, the big thing was that Raichu couldn't really do damage. Like, that was the
in
main
the
issue
same
with
sentence.
Raichu. However, there was an event.
Oh, look at so many Pikachus.
Endeavor Pikachu, which you could evolve into Endeavor Raichu. And because 2016 had such powerful restricted Pokemon, they all had such high HP stats that if you could hit them with Endeavor, it would bring them
Endeavor Raichu
so low.
sounds
You
so
would get
funny.
the Assault Vest to help keep it alive. Raichu could survive a lot of the big attacks from the format, and if it survived,
little
it could fire
dude
back
shouldn't
with
be
Endeavor,
there.
Basically, almost
Pull him
knocking
out.
many of
Pull
the
him
main
out.
threats in the format.
Little bro, get him out of there. He shouldn't be here. He just got lucky with one set. Get him out.
Raichu
He needs help.
Finish the team out, and it was at that point we knew that we had a really, really special team.
Mind entry hazards. Doesn't Raichu just come into Stealth Rock and get, like, really fucked up? I know Charizard does.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2016 Pokemon World Championships.
Where's the inflatable? Where's the giant Pikachu?
We weren't sure what was going to happen. On day one, players are incentivized to do really weird crazy stuff.
The eject button. Hello.
So it was a lot of tough matchups. I had to play against Xerneas Coyote.
That's a funny way of getting Raichu out.
Justin, who would go on to become a good friend of mine after this tournament, he was using it, and so I had to play against him. I played against a Dialga, which was just a nightmare for the team to play against because Rayquaza,
Spikes also fucked you up.
Raichu, Bronzong,
Definitely.
Gengar, none of these Pokemon could really damage it. Some of them couldn't damage it at
No,
all.
that's Volcarona.
And so the only
Oh.
Pokemon that could damage it was Hitmontop, who was forced to switch out whenever it took damage. So it was a really hard matchup. And I
Play
had
by
to play
Hitmontop.
against
I do
Weavile,
love that,
the
though.
Rayquaza team, which was something
A
we were
Jake
worried
Barton is
about,
such a
and I beat
funny
that as
item.
well. So it was a lot of tough matchups, but I beat everybody
Such a
that I played
cool
against. It
mega
felt really
freaking
good. Marcus
Rayquaza
lost one
shiny.
game on day one. Because Marcus and I had both made it through, we both had done it very well. I wasn't sure if we would be counter-teamed. I wasn't sure if people would spend a lot of time preparing for our teams. Like, I knew that even though the first day had gone well, it didn't necessarily mean anything for the second day.
Is Mega Rayquaza longer
will be
as
playing
well?
for his Top Cut berth.
I was so focused, I was so concentrated during this that I was applying pressure and reacting to pressure in ways that, like, I hadn't done before.
Origin Pulse connects. So Origin Pulse connecting to on both of Blake's Pokemon will be able to pick up the double KO, and with that double KO, Wolf advances into the top cut.
I just
think
want
one thing that I did well
Mega
was
Kangaskhan
I
out
didn't
of the
wanna get ahead of
picture,
myself
if that's
after what happened
okay.
in 2012.
But
I
I'm
wanted to
pretty
take it
certain
one day
that
at a
bastard's
time,
coming back,
one
isn't
game
it?
at a time.
15 rounds of Pokemon have been played over the course of 2 days. We have cut down to our final top 32.
Does shiny affect damage or is it just design? It is purely cosmetic and nothing else.
Marcus has advanced to the top 8 of the 2016 Pokemon Video Game World Championships.
Is there anything that you're really a little bit nervous about facing with your team?
My best friend, Wolf.
Dude looks like freaking.
So facing him will
Wait.
of course be really, really good.
Why does Dude look like Devil May Cry remake, reboot? Do you know what I mean? Why is he wearing the Dante fit? Does anyone know what I mean? He looks like the reboot Devil May Cry. Maybe obviously the face doesn't match and the hair's not black, but there's just something about this fit specifically with the necklace and that kind of like V-neck. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass.
Really far.
There's a reason that all 3 of them are in the top 8, right? That's actually incredible.
Give him the
Time to
red
run out.
jacket.
battle
He
is
had a
over.
black jacket in the reboot.
Portugal advances to the top 4.
Wolf Glick really looking to win Worlds because that has been his dream.
Wolfie Glick.
Oh, isn't this the
advances to top
tournament?
4 at the
This is the
2016
tournament
Pokemon
where
Video Game
they
World
use a lot of
Championships. He
Wolf
is back in the
footage
top
from,
4.
I
Marcus
believe.
and I are like best friends. We built the team together, and so to think that like we both making it this far is phenomenal.
Marcus Stasser has moved through to the top 4 of the World Championships.
Uh-oh. Germany versus America. Where have we said this
Playing
before?
Marcus in the top 4. When I realized we'd have to play, I was like, oh, I wish should have been in the finals. And he was like, no, this is the best that it should have been. Like, this is better. We have the exact same team, so it's going to be a little silly. And the finals of Worlds should be something special. It should be something spectacular. And I was like, oh, okay, he's actually right.
Both of these guys.
I love that
make it
art in the
through day
background.
1.
That's
Now
so
we're playing
cool.
The semifinals. Once again, these are 2 of the best guys you could have in the community.
I think I realized that, like, all I could do was try my best, like, treat Marcus in the moment like he was like any other opponent. And, like, that was the way that I could honor and respect him. And I, you know, kind of trusted
He looks like every boyfriend on Disney.
Game 1 is beginning. Raichu and Gengar will be the leads for Marcus. Raichu and Kyogre will
It's
be
like,
the lead.
bro, you
for
look like an
Wolf.
extra on
Marcus
iCarly.
going into our semifinal
What a
match
thing
had
to say
different
to
mentality.
someone.
I think that he was more willing to accept that, like, whoever won, he was going to be happy with, whereas I really wanted to win.
Kyogre actually going to protect itself as well. And Raichu with the fake out onto Kyogre into the protect. Gengar with the sludge bomb. What? Raichu gets poisoned? Oh, that was a play.
I think that he attacked himself to try and set up for an endeavor. And Marcus has a really high rate of reading my plays. And in most circumstances, he calls out when I'm safe. He calls out when I take risks. This time, his really risky play didn't pay off.
Hi, my name is Marcus, and you're watching Disney Channel.
To advance to his second
God, I haven't heard that in so long.
I think he was more willing to make plays that were like a little bit less standard and to take bigger risks, whereas I was still trying to play as if like Marcus was any other opponent. I think Marcus was trying to play as if it were me.
Rayquaza should be able to pick up this KO, but
Ooh.
is the one-hit KO.
And that's what we're
It's not
talking
looking
about.
good for
Get
Marcus.
Raichu
Still
out of
doable,
there.
Wolf
Get
has
little
outmaneuvered
bro
Marcus
out.
consistently
He
the first
shouldn't
couple
be
plays.
here.
I gave it my all, and I had to be at peace with whatever ended up happening.
Rayquaza gonna target down that Kyogre. That should pick up the knockout.
God, Dragon Ascent is so cool. Oh, everything went black and I thought the power went out.
Hard to fight each other.
It was. Marcus said, I don't know if I've ever been so happy to lose before.
At that point, I felt like, okay, like I need to win tomorrow because otherwise there will always be the question of, well, what if Marcus had won? Would he have finished the job?
Wolf now has a chance for
Bro, imagine
redemption,
thinking
a
that
chance
going
to
into the
make it
finals
back
as
to the
well.
finals and get that world championship title that he lost to Ray Rizzo.
I was very aware of the fact that I was either going to redeem myself or I was going to be the first player to lose in the World's Finals twice.
I completely forgot that Hitmontop was actually relevant at one point. Yeah, he's a fast little bugger. Rapid spin to clear any hazards, and close combat to just kick the shit out of anything you need to. Especially Dialga.
And so there was a lot of time there to think about the matchup, but also to think about what this match meant. I've been here before, and I didn't do it. You know, like I know that I am fallible. I know that I can leave this not as the world champion, but as the runner-up.
Wolf looking for redemption after coming so close back in 2012. You really can't overstate.
Mark punch for the priority, exactly. It's actually not that bad a set now that you think about it. I've never obtained or used it in any of the games. Me neither. I've always gone Hitmonlee.
But with a full day of preparation, with more information, I knew that it would be
I love the dance Hitmontop does. Oh, you mean the old Eddie Gordo? The old.
To win this matchup, right? He's been in
You know
this
what I mean.
exact position before multiple years ago, and you can't be world champion unless you're beating the best of the best. And Wolf is that
Hitmontop
best
knows
of the best.
fake out as well. Oh, dude's actually not that bad. And it had access to White Guard. You know what? I completely understand why people ran it.
Like the lights, the cameras, and I basically had spent all of the time that I'd been awake thinking about the match, anticipating how my opponent would adjust, how he would expect me to adjust. Also the added pressure of, you know, carrying my friends' hopes and dreams with me. It was a crushing weight of pressure for an extended period of time.
Wolfie, the anime protagonist. I'm doing this for my friends! Yeah.
I had a general idea of what his game plan would be, but there was this
Hitmontop not being upside down anymore makes him unplayable. Very true.
Out of the shadow tag lock, and eventually I came up with something that I'd never used in the entire tournament before, of Rayquaza Kyogre lead.
Wolf will go ahead and lead both restricted Pokemon, while Jonathan will go ahead and lead his own Kyogre and the Gengar here. Rayquaza Kyogre lead, which is definitely something I don't think I've ever seen both of those Pokemon out as a lead.
It was not very common and didn't make sense in most circumstances, but worked here because I wanted to ensure that he didn't switch Groudon on the first
It tells you that
As the battle
stats.
started, it went exactly as I
One
hoped.
egg
Like, he wanted the
hatched.
Pokemon I expected, and I knew that he wasn't going to be prepared for what I had done.
I remember like Gengar here could just, be hit by a huge water spout or Origin Pulse, but Rayquaza here actually going to swap out.
Yeah, so Wolf doing what Wolf does best and switching his Pokemon around. Mega Gengar now trapping the Raichu and Kyogre. Going for the Sludge Bomb onto Kyogre actually to it, weakening this water spout a little bit. Not going to deal enough to Kyogre. Gengar
Bro got
will
replaced by
survive because of that.
Breloom.
And
Really?
Thunder enough for Kyogre, but the Raichu switch in. Raichu will take that Thunder for Wolf.
There was one turn that was a little bit messy towards the middle where I tried to cover for Manectric switching in. I think I went for like an Endeavor expecting like Manectric to switch in when I could have just Volt switched and maybe taken a KO. But I think especially with my lead and my good like prep and putting him on the back foot, I was just so much.
That Groudon looks
Is
so
the extreme
mean.
speed, so no protects extreme
Just
speed. Will
come on,
connect with
dude.
Kyogre. Not
Terrifying.
Kyogre will go down.
Wait, so Raichu was a Kyogre check?
Shaking, and I feel like I'd done a good job of managing the pressure up until that point, but then I was like, okay, like it's starting to affect me. Like I really need to win this one in 2 games because, yeah, clearly my body is starting to kind of like feel the extent of the stress and the pressure.
If Wolf takes this game, he will be the new
Dude's about to
world
throw up.
champion.
And he is
Dude's
so,
just sitting there
so
like-
close to finally achieving the goal that he's been working for so long, ever since he's been playing this game.
It was definitely harder. There was a crucial poison early on, but also I was able to KO his Mega Gengar right away on the first turn due to like a very favorable damage roll.
That's
so I immediately
scary.
out of the Shadow
Losing
Tag
your
lock,
Mega
but-
onto round
Origin Pulse
1.
coming back out from Jonathan's own Kyogre will deal a good amount of damage to the Raichu, but I'm pretty sure we've seen it survive that.
Immune to
I feel like
Thunder.
I kind of made things a bit messier than they should have been in the mid game. There were a lot of
I mean, yeah, definitely. Imagine with nerves will throw up. I've had nerves like that before.
Play pretty safe until we ended up in a spot where Trick Room was able to go up, and I had to find a way through.
It's all coming down to these last 2 Pokemon for Jonathan. Jonathan Evans needs these 2 Pokemon.
So when Trick Room's up, you can Mach Punch through it, right?
Huge in this match.
My opponent, he kept trying to talk to me, or he was like asking me questions during the match. He was a player who really liked to try and gain every advantage he could, especially out of game. He was willing to do stuff, and I realized like, oh, okay, like you want to do out of game stuff? Like, I'll show you some out of game stuff.
On the field, Groudon protects. Oh, what did Wolf do? Did Wolf attack that Groudon? Him on top goes for the fake out onto the Bronzong. So Bronzong's not going to be able to
That's
move.
where the
But
eyebrows
nothing
come
else.
from.
Oh, he went for the sword
I
dance.
see.
Can't play passive against Wolf or he will just set up in your
I would
face.
shit live on camera, honestly. If I saw a Mega Rayquaza get a free sword stance off, I'd be like,
over, but
I've
like,
lost.
you know what? Fine. You want to play this way? I'll play this way.
I've
So
lost.
it ended up being a pretty famous moment looking back.
Precipice Blaze doesn't hit the ring.
Game is over.
Precipice Blaze! Dragon Descent from Rayquaza. After its friend Kyogre avoids the Precipice Blaze, the Dragon Descent coming out from the galaxy.
Does it knock it out?
Oh no! Groudon sticks around with 13
I'm
hit
surprised
points.
Groudon can survive that, but at the same time,
Right now, he's so close.
It was that turn that gave me the
Oh,
momentum that
hair
allowed
on my
me to
eye.
finally, for
Hair
the
on my
first
eyeball.
time this game, I have a real lead.
How did that happen? I
And
don't have
got
any
a
anymore.
huge turn kind of for free, and I can probably turn this into a win. And so in that moment, I realized like this is it.
Wolfie Glick must be able to taste that.
look at him on top go. He's so happy to be there. He's like, hey, Gen 2. Gen 2 rep.
Until I saw that last Pokemon go down.
Dude, you gotta stop doing the hard cut to black. I keep thinking my monitor's breaking. That Groudon has to be max defense, EVs and IVs. That's what I'm thinking. How the fuck it survived that, I don't know.
2016
But
video game
clearly we
world
know.
champion.
Yay, he did it. We already knew the result, but he did
I just
it.
felt so much relief. That was the emotion that I felt. I'd finally achieved this goal that I thought I might never reach. And I'd kept my promise to my friends last year. I felt like I'd kept the promise I inherently made to Marcus by knocking him out of the
Priority
tournament.
does be
And I'd kept the
Trick
promise
Room.
that I made to
Okay.
myself that I would one day become the world champion.
I see that you are holding your trophy here. This has been a long time coming. How does that weight feel in your hands?
Like, I don't know, 10 pounds, but also very good.
The source of the eyebrow clip, exactly. Now we know where it came from.
Memories of that closing
Dude,
ceremony. I
that
feel like I was just
actually,
so on
not
cloud
gonna
nine.
lie,
It all
now that I
happened so
know
fast.
that
I think
is
they were
the
behind schedule,
hardest
so
read ever,
I
that's
feel like we
actually
just kinda
really
rushed
cool.
around one thing to another to another.
Bro was just like, I knew you were gonna protect.
Video game world champion, Wolf Glick.
I think I was just so overwhelmingly happy that everything's kind of a blur. Like I don't really remember any specific things except worrying about dropping the trophy.
I mean, you gotta worry about that. With one hand.
So now you're the world champion. Now what?
What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first episode of Wolf Gets Wrecked. I'm Wolf Glick, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a competitive player.
And then he became a YouTuber.
Randomly, I started in 2011 when I
Yeah, it's not. So far, it's not that bad. Like, it's not worse than I remember. It's not good. I wouldn't upload it nowadays.
Initially, I just started doing VGC videos on a whim, honestly. My friend Aaron Zhang, he'd started making videos on YouTube a couple years ago, and they looked fun. Like, it looked like he was having fun. He was doing, like, cool stuff. And, you know, VGC content wasn't huge or
This
anything,
is
but
kind
Aaron
of
was doing
why
very well
I'm
for
looking
himself, especially
forward
for the
to
scene. He was, like,
Champions,
bringing
is so
people
that I
in.
can
So I
actually
reached out to
try
Aaron, and I was like, hey,
and
man, like,
play
what you're
a
doing looks
modern
kinda fun.
Pokemon game
Like, I
ranked
wanna give it a
ladder.
shot, but I don't think I'd be a very good YouTuber. And Aaron was like, no, dude, I think you'd be like really good. I think you could be a natural at this. You should give it a shot. And he helped me get set up with like equipment, and it was kind of off to the races from there.
For those of you who haven't figured it out, I am starting a YouTube. Yes, the video is...
The audio is so bad. This is what
I
would
am
do.
starting a
would click record,
YouTube.
I would record one take. I would stop recording. I would upload. I would never watch the video back. And then if it didn't work, I would find out after it was posted.
I mean, it's kind of how I do it too.
I mean, my first upload is a product of its time, and I think it is representative of a lot of how my channel was back in the day.
I think it's representative of how everyone's channels were back in the day, because a lot of people nowadays who are like higher up in the echelon of YouTube would always turn around and say, don't worry about your hardware, don't worry about your camera and your microphone. And I'm just sitting there like, look, I've spent way too much fucking money on this stuff. These are my early videos still. Sure, the channel's been alive for 8 years, but it's only really been alive since April. And not even that, maybe June time. Like, honestly, it's been less than half a year that the channel has actually had some level of community, which I find very funny looking back on now, and I'm just like, is this what my channel looks like to you guys? Is those videos from back then, is that what you guys see now? Is my stuff that jank? I'd like to think that it isn't. I've spent way too much money. I've got to justify it somehow, you know.
It wasn't good content in the traditional sense, but I think it felt genuine and it felt like me. And I think people liked
That's
that.
just
they connected
like
with that
Justin
aspect
Bieber?
of it.
Hey guys,
Get him out of there.
Cyberchunk, Glick here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of My Bed is Really Great.
I can look back on it fondly.
What the fuck?
Though I can see many ways in which it was unoptimized and perhaps unprofessional.
So basically what you do is you take a credit card and you put it in the doorknob and you kind of just see if you can like bend it a little bit, and then you take it out and then you just, you know, you just gotta kind of, you know, just do some of that, you know.
Yeah, that's how I get into my
I
hotel
had my
room.
own style. I did things my own way, and
I admit defeat. I'm never getting into that apartment again. I live here now.
it kind of worked for me, even though it wasn't how other people were doing it. It was the way that I was going to do things, and it worked for me for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the first episode, guys. So, let me know like if you like this, if you like what you saw.
Why did anybody watch this? How did this turn into a career?
Who knows? Who bloody knows? Because I look at all my content nowadays and I think exactly the same thing. I'm just like, who the fuck watches this? Well, I'm glad people do. I am glad people do. To be honest, I only stumbled into your shorts, and here, shorts have been good. I haven't done very many shorts recently. Anything that isn't with this current streaming overlay, specifically vertical, was made around about the April-June time, back when I had previously thought that streaming wasn't worth it and shorts was more important. I'm now trying to do a bit of a mixture of the both, but yeah, exactly. I'm just going to keep doing stuff, honestly. Yes, I'm still here, just not talking. Nice to see you as well, Sir Hall. I only stumbled upon you because you were streaming Emerald Rogue on Shorts. Was that the video where I found the shiny Beldum? Because people love that. People love my freaking shiny Beldum. Because the rate was increased. That much we know, is the shiny rate on Poke Rogue was increased. And it didn't take me long to find that shiny at all. I think it was about half an hour it took for me to find that shiny. But it was like the first one that I had just specifically gone out of my way to find and was actually really happy that we got. Oh no, I killed the first one, didn't I? Oops. Oops. So I'm just going to move that slightly higher. There we go. Then you killed it, exactly. I think streams are better monetization and shorts for engagement and newcomers. So essentially I need to make more shorts. And I do have some in the freaking pipeline. But the other thing is I have a stream deck here. I have a stream deck here and I've got a button that literally says clip that. There you go. Clip that. If I press that, it records the last 5 minutes of anything which I've just done. And that's the only button I use now, more so than anything. Just because it's good. If I want to have a conversation and turn it into a short, I have it, I'm going to press the button. You guys have probably seen me do it a bunch anyway. Like, it's not like it's a secret. You should make a clip command. This is the other thing that I do. I'm just going to show you a little bit of insight in how I do YouTube. Okay, I have sticky notes, right? So make a clip command for chat. And then I take the sticky note and I slap it on my monitor somewhere, like right here. I have currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sticky notes currently on my vertical monitor, which I use to watch chat on. Well, not chat, but OBS and that. And every now and then I'll just look at it and be like, what am I going to do today? I'm going to be productive today for my YouTube channel. And I zoom in and I go, make use of social media. Oh yeah, that's something which I need to start doing. Shit like Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Zoom in. Work on channel brand. But you know, once I rip those off, chuck them in the bin, I know I've achieved something for the channel. And that's a good feeling. It is a good feeling. But genuinely, if anybody ever wanted to be a little bit more productive, honestly, sticky notes are one of the best ways of doing it. Just write down what you're going to do and slap it somewhere. Honestly, we've been doing it for fucking decades. Let's not forget that that's something that you can still do to this day. And yes, they are blue. Yes, they are blue. I like my blue sticky notes because I did have pink ones somewhere. I don't know where they've gone. I have a feeling Theo ate them. I have a feeling my cat has taken them to his lair. I've got no idea where they are. Oh no, hang on. Hold up, hold up. Oh, I've got some yellow ones. Is his lair underneath my computer? Quite possibly. But hey, there we go. I found some more sticky notes. Wonderful. And there you go. I hit the clip that button and maybe I'll turn that into a short. Easy. Blue is my favorite color. Good. Shake. Shake. Hang on. You do it off camera. Shake. Yep, brilliant. Shake.
There's a Vaporeon that spawned right there, so everyone's running.
With the new game release and then also
not Pokemon Go.
Pokemon was at an all-time high. So even though I was still in college, I still like wanted to make time for making YouTube content. So I really buckled down and just did as much as I could.
So it's gonna be Video City. Welcome to Video City. Operation Growing.
The prevailing wisdom at the time was that all of the growth for a new game happened in the first couple months. And so I wanted to do whatever I could to capitalize on
maybe I should have made more Legends EA content. Maybe I actually missed an opportunity.
I just woke up, so that's why my hair looks like this. I'm really sorry.
I did take it more seriously, but it wasn't like
Video
I was trying to turn
City.
it
It's
into a
not
career or anything.
cringe.
It was just like, this is the smart thing to do. New games are out there.
That's the kind of shit I would say.
People are really interested. This is the time to kind of push and work hard when it comes to making YouTube content.
Youngster Joey sucks.
I've said that many times. Youngster Joey does suck.
Potatoes. What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm starting a new series where I kind of walk you guys through my initial thoughts on a Pokemon and VGC 17 and just kind of what I think about it and give some suggested sets.
I remember
I just had this weird feeling, right, that I could very much so watch a guide on how to make a Pokemon good and you guys could tell me whether or not it's bollocks or not. And then maybe I could actually put together some good competitive teams, you know, for online gameplay and that. Hang on a minute, I haven't spoken to this person in a long time. That is so bizarre. Okay. Yo, Serenity, if you're in chat, I will answer your Discord messages once stream is over.
I started doing different types of
Sorry.
content, like instead of just
That's a friend of mine I haven't spoken to in a really long time, and it was very weird to just randomly get a message out of the blue and be like, oh, that was actually you. That was actually you. Shit. This world is too fucking tiny. Of course I'm here. This world is the itty bitty.
Like, hey, here are these new Pokemon, here's how you use them. And I remember being made fun of a lot.
Even though it doesn't have a ton of competitive use, I wanted to kind of showcase Eevee because...
Sorry, now chat is distracting me. I could cook up a competitive team for you, but I only do singles. Now, I just prefer doubles. I just feel like there's more... Like, singles has got too many brick walls in it. I like being able to break through those brick walls, but that's just my opinion. You know, that reminds me of my study plan. Sticky notes saying start revision, lol. Yeah, exactly. That's what sticky notes are for. But of course I'm here, lol, hi. Nah, fair enough, Serenity. I actually didn't realise that it was that Serenity that I was speaking to. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And yes, I stream Monday to Friday, pretty much without fail. I'm always here, and the channel has turned into Pokemon. That is pretty much what we do now. We play Pokemon games on this channel. We talk about Pokemon. We now react to Pokemon content. That's what we do. Minty blue to match Wolfie's outfit. Yeah, exactly. His freaking Aquafresh outfit that he decided to wear that one time. By the way, now that I've got it paused, could I just quickly show you guys something? Look, it's a tub of Pringles, all right? What flavour are these Pringles? What flavour are these Pringles, guys? You ever seen these Pringles before? Literally neon purple. The most metallic purple you've ever seen. Well, check this out. This is the flavour. This is the flavour. Hang on. Focus. Santa's secret flavour. I bloody well hope Santa's little helper isn't in this tube. I hate the fact that they called it Santa's secret flavour. What is wrong with them? You could have called it anything. There was a Mario one that said Mario mystery flavour, and that was weird as well. And I will admit that I had multiple tubes of the stuff. It was not half bad. Delicious. Ew, Pokemon Go. No, Pokemon Go started something. My dad plays Pokemon Go daily. I kid you not, my dad still plays Pokemon Go daily. There was an audience for it, definitely, definitely. I've noticed I know so little about Pokemon, but still going to watch. Nah, thank you so much, Serenity. Honestly, I'm learning as we go as well. But Pokemon has always been in my life. It's always been in my family. And I just want to get better at it. I love seeing what people can do with the Pokemon formula. And also potentially make a streaming career out of it, you know? Yeah, loads of old folks really got into Pokemon Go. I think just the fact that you can do it on your commute really is impactful. Or whenever you go to another country. My dad took a cruise once to Norway. And of course he had his phone on him. Why wouldn't he? He'd just have his phone on him and he'd just be on the cruise just like, oh, we just passed a town which has got a freaking Voltorb outside that I didn't have. And I'm like, that's freaking... I mean, hey, you're getting what you want out of it. Thank God it died and we have more complex battles like in Legend ZA. I mean, Legend ZA is not as complex as you might think. I walk up to a Pokemon and blow it up with Fire Blast. That's all my gameplay has been for a while now. But yeah, people like Pokemon Go. They definitely do.
It's cute and I like it a lot. I don't know if it was like an elitist thing, but I remember like the competitive Pokemon community was not very nice to me because the content I was making was more like beginner friendly, and I got like made fun of so much that I stopped making these like really viral videos. Like my most favorite videos at the time were like how to use Mimikyu, how to use Alolan Muck, stuff like that. And then the growth slowed down a fair bit on my channel.
But that sounds
so that was
great.
unfortunate for sure. Looking back on that period of Sun and Moon, I realized like, oh, I let people who don't like care about me dictate what I did with like my content. And,
Exactly.
like,
I would love to see how to use Alolan Muck.
I remember it was like
even
this
if it
thing
sucks.
that you like wouldn't watch. Myself or Aaron for that matter. Like if you were a serious player, you wouldn't watch the YouTubers, even though the YouTubers were also serious players. I don't know. I think that like the community, especially back when we were younger, had a tendency to kind of look down on the people who did well. And then when I started making YouTube content, you know, I was an easy target. Oh, here's this guy that we already don't like that much, and he's doing something that I can paint as like lame. Or I was being, you know, regularly harassed for stuff that I hadn't done in the first place, and like it just made me feel very alienated. And like I've
Yeah, if you're not aware, YouTube has reversed everybody's tags. So so your name in chat is now your channel handle instead of your channel display name. So if you want your name to be something specific, you need to go change your username instead of your actual channel display name, because it no longer uses display names. It now uses frickin' this stupid channel handle thing. If I talk, it comes up, well, if I type in chat, it comes up with @TopHatMassacre, whereas before it would have just been Top Hat Massacre. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
It's kind of always been this thing that has bothered me. There's many wonderful people in the VGC community, and I really am so
people
lucky to
suck on
have
the internet
such
sometimes.
incredible friends, but within this space, I've never really felt very welcome.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. I'm here today to talk about my channel and kind of the lack of activity that you've probably noticed going on, and just to give you guys some context for what's been going on in my life. And
people were being mean on the internet.
And also, there was a really busy time. I had like final exams, I had all these like difficult classes that I was taking. I was also getting 2 degrees at the time in my a cappella group, getting ready for the winter concert. And also, I was like,
he was in an a cappella group
to compete. And so, trying so hard to make sure that I didn't drop the ball anywhere, it was a really big push that semester. It took a lot out of me.
For me,
I
That's curious. Did you get his Pringles off the dark web?
I get the most value out of Pokemon from is competing at the moment, and it's not actually content creation. I realize that like if I'm not performing in tournaments, like I don't feel fulfilled in what I'm doing with Pokemon, and so I realize that because of that, I need to prioritize not only the content creation part of what I do with Pokemon, but also the competitive part, like making sure that when I show up to tournaments,
that's
I
freaking
do
gross.
well, and I do well by my standards.
I really felt so tied to my results. Every loss felt personal. And
oh no, it's Incineroar's crotch.
Like non-Pokemon life, because whenever anything bad would happen to me in any context, I would personally feel like it was my fault. And when I would make these mistakes, I would be extremely, extremely hard on myself. Like I wasn't willing to accept any excuses, and so I really just like berated myself and beat myself down.
Attack it does use Rock Slide. It hits into that Silence Protect again or a miss.
Can I say that Pokemon has always had such great art?
Being this hard on myself was not doing.
They're very, very good at setting up
reevaluate my
the
relationship,
tournament.
not only with the game but also with the community.
I just want to say thank you guys so much for sticking with.
One moment, this is a very, very important pause. Looking fresh, good sir. Mr. Nanogear. My good friend. When are we doing that soul lock? Yes, I'm calling you out, you bitch. No, I'm joking, bro. I love you, man. I love you, man. It's today the day that all of the people that know me turn up in chat. I find that hilarious. What do they taste like? What do these taste like? They taste weirdly salty for no reason. Can't lie, bro, you're looking dapper. I can look even more dapper. One moment. I cut my hair, and I'm using earbuds instead of my headphones so that I can actually stand out a little bit. Here we are. Yes. Pokemon. I'm the greatest Pokemon World Championship player. That was cringe as fuck. Yeah, Dr. Eggman Jr. vibes. Start slapping my belly. Curse that damn hedgehog! Fuck him up! Imagine Dr. Eggman just pulls out a gun. Just see you later. Well! Oh my god, I thought I broke my chair for a second then. Hello, Top Hat King. Soon. I've got a week off in November and we could talk shop and set it up, mash record or stream it then. Yo. Oh, November. Don't mind me, I had salt on my fingers and that was delicious. I'm joking, that was fucking weird. So in like 2-ish weeks, yo, I genuinely think that a soul lock will be funny as fuck, especially with me and you doing it. So if you're down, man, if you're down, we can mark that in our calendars maybe. Obviously, we'll talk about it later. But yeah, I'm very much down for it. My brother. That was weird. That was fucking weird. Gambler Steve or something. Or should I just... Somebody edit this into a Smash Brothers freaking challenger approaching kind of deal. You know, just... Will. My man Aura farmed there for a second. I'm going to stick this up here quickly. Oh, fuck, Virgil, no! I dropped my Christmas Virgil. There we go. Don't mind me. I'm obviously still wearing my pajamas. Minus 10 billion aura. Why am I picking these up? I don't need them right now. Fuck off. Bastard. Define soul lock. So the idea behind a soul lock, right, is two people play a Nuzlocke at the same time of the same game. And whenever one of them catches a Pokemon, the other one has to catch one at the same time. And then those two Pokemon, you take the first half of one name and the second half of another name and slap them together. If that Pokemon dies, what it is linked to dies as well, no questions asked. So let's say we walk into a bush, la-di-da-di-da, and then there's a monkey, a Mankey. Let's go with Mankey. I don't know what the fuck. Every monkey in Pokemon ever turns up at once. So say there's a Mankey, and then somebody else is playing along, and they walk into the bush, and they get a Oddish. We both catch them, we nickname them after each other. If that Mankey dies in my game, the Oddish in their game dies. But if the Oddish in their game dies, the Mankey in my game dies. No questions asked, even if the Mankey didn't do anything wrong. Seen many monkeys in a bush. This is my monkey. How you doing? How much shit have you thrown today? Bastard. But yes, I just think a freaking soul lock would be the funniest shit ever. because me and Nano specifically, we're not good at Pokemon games. We're not that good. Let's be real. There's going to be a lot of death. There's going to be a lot of restarts. There's going to be a lot of copium. So I think that'll be funny. Anyway, let's continue with the video before we just don't get through it. You literally are serving looks with that hat and sunglasses. Please look up Gym Leader Blaine. His original art has sunglasses, a cane, and a top hat. I know what one you're on about. Yeah. I do need to lose a bit more hair, though. How much shit have you thrown today to any 5? Definitely. Bring on the copium. Well, let's finish this video. This hour and 15-minute video has taken us almost 2 hours to get through.
Still new for me. I'm still learning balance. I'm still learning how to include this
Let me
in
eat
my
these
life
shitty
while
Pringles
still
again.
being able to do the other things that I value.
But I feel very fortunate that like there are things that I pull my self-worth from that are not related to Pokemon at all. And it's nice to have reminders in my life that make me feel like I am living a good, full life that I can be proud of, because I think when that's not the case, when things go bad, it can be really, really all-consuming. It was not an instantaneous process. It definitely took a lot of work over the years, but now I'm at a point where this is the best I felt about my relationship with the community in a long time, maybe ever, honestly, to the point where now I really have no qualms about how I interact with Pokemon. I think I have a very healthy relationship with competing. I give it my all. I do my best.
So has Wolfie only ever won once?
I can like live with that.
Has Wolfie ever only been world champion once?
Welcome back to another video on youtube.com.
Hope you're well, buddy. I'm doing good, man. And don't forget, my birthday is in January.
I am joined by the wonderful Alpharad. Hi, that's me. Hello.
I love Alpharad.
Alpharad. And we did this video with Dracovish and like Lucario and Whimsicott, and the video really, really exploded. I remember I was seeing subscribers.
I really like Alpharad. He's like my inspiration for the channel.
I remember kind of realizing like I gotta run with this. Like I gotta do my best to kind of capitalize, because I had this opportunity I've been building towards and kind of hoping for to show all these new people how great Pokemon is. And
it's like high barrier to entry, but once you're over that and once you kind of know what most Pokemon are going to do, it becomes a lot.
We'll not forget, man, January 1st, New Year's Day. We'll just say first week of January is my birthday.
Like, get in while you can, get as much of the pie as you can, because it's another new game release, and like, you know, you only have so much time. People's interest will wane, and you have to like get them hooked before it's too late.
My name is Drake Oscar Fish, but my friends call me Mr. Fish.
I don't even like Draco Fish. It's such a shit design.
Which I don't think I'd ever really done before.
Such an ugly ass Pokemon.
YouTube is ranked the Pokemon games. Well, boy, howdy there, partner.
God, I'm glad he doesn't do that freaking YouTube
I don't think I could be the
paint
regular
thing
dog
anymore.
In the fight, let alone a fire dog, and definitely not a legendary fire dog.
My goal has always been to really just make the best videos that I can. Maybe not the best videos. I think at some point I wanted to make videos that I thought were funny.
I'm Hydreigon. I tried to pick things up, but also I eat them. I'm Hydreigon.
When I first started doing YouTube, I had a goal that seemed completely unobtainable.
Okay.
100,000 subscribers. To me, that was the ultimate milestone. That was the thing that was out of reach. That was not possible for a competitive Pokemon channel to get, but that I wanted to try for.
I will not have 100,000 subscribers
I ever thought that I would
anytime soon.
Today broke 100,000 subscribers on
Bro,
YouTube.
I wish.
I've been creating content for close to 5 years, and I honestly can't believe it. I'm honestly in disbelief.
I remember it was really exciting, and it was also kind of scary, because I was like, how long could this possibly last? You know, it felt like every day where I woke up and I saw subscriber number going up, I was like, damn, like this could be the last day that I kind of see this kind of growth.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm really, really excited.
I mean, so long as you're fun and
everything's
funny, it should just keep going up.
You at this point.
And you know what? Speaking of subscribers, make sure you've hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to support a small streamer like me. Back to the video.
I don't think we'll get to like 1 million or 500.
Did someone just pull the plug?
But, let's see how far
Is it down here somewhere? I want one of those YouTube plaques, so I would literally put it right here. Keep that hustle going, bro. At least you aren't.
Kind of stable government job and all in on YouTube.
I'm not paying for subs. That's not what I'm doing.
One of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make. I think I ruminated on it for like 2+ full months, like going back and forth. Because on the one hand, I had this like job that I hated and that I wasn't doing a very good job at because I hated it.
Same.
But it was safe and it was comfortable.
Same.
And like, it was a big company and they needed
Very
people,
same.
And, like I could have just kept
I
doing
work
it,
in
but
retail,
on the
Wolfie.
other hand, when I quit, like that was when Sword and Shield kind of had like helped blow up my channel, and I really wanted to give it this full, like proper chance.
Genuinely, I work retail 3 days a week at the moment, and YouTube covers the rest.
Mentors. I spent a lot of time talking to my family because I also knew that if I quit, it would be much harder to go back into the field that I was working before. So if it didn't work out, it would be really
that's the
hard.
scary part of
My
it.
initial plan actually was quit my job for 6 months and then go back into the working world. And I figured a 6-month break wasn't like so long that it would like permanently derail my career. I could take 6 months, try and build YouTube up to whatever I could, and then go back into the working world. But the pandemic really made things change for me because the whole
That's
world was
scary.
different from when I was
Definitely.
working a conventional job. So I think if there hadn't been a pandemic, I might have actually followed up and gone back to work after 6 months, which is crazy because if things had gone even a little bit differently, I don't think that I would have ended up here. I never like had
The pandemic changed so many things for everyone.
So it's unexpected to have ended up here when it wasn't something I was ever chasing.
Hello, everybody. It's me, guy who disappeared for like a month. I'm
Absolutely,
back.
just everyone
And
living in
I
their own
wanna talk to you
box.
about kind of the state of the channel and going forward, and kind of my goal and my vision and what I have planned for this channel.
I had quit my job and I'd made it a goal of posting a video every single day because I'd kind of been told like nebulously, this is what the algorithm wants. I want you to post every single day. And it got to a point where I was posting.
That's why I stream Monday to Friday.
Videos were doing worse over time. The initial hype from Sword and Shield had died down. Today,
I knew you were a Capricorn. I'm sorry.
Colossal. I didn't feel like good about the videos I was putting out. I didn't feel like creatively fulfilled. I was really just trying to like get the video out so I could meet this arbitrary goal.
We'll be together now. Forever.
And in December, I kind of just hit like a breaking point where I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like I cannot keep like posting every day just to do it. These videos that I don't feel good about.
I took about a month off. The reason for this was I was feeling a little burnt out, and I decided that it's time for me to make some changes. So, what does that mean?
So when I hit this breaking point, I remember talking
This
to
is really
my friend
interesting for me
Justin, and
specifically.
what he said was, there are not many channels on YouTube that are your size that don't have any editing. What I said was, listen, like I want editing, but I don't have that kind of skill to figure out how to identify good editors. And so Justin was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna like help you figure out what types of content you're gonna make with editing, and I'm gonna find you editors. Hire me to do this, and like I'll find you good people.
I'm adding editors, which should add a lot to my content and allow for me to do a bunch of different types of videos that I wouldn't normally be able to do. So
that was when I first met Doug and I first hired editors to try and create edited content on the channel, which was a huge step forward from what I've been doing before, which was no editing, no revision. Like I wouldn't watch the videos after I recorded them. I would just post them. So to go to scripted videos and like edited videos in general was a huge leap.
I opened up the first real-life Pokemon gym. Specific quality of Pokemon actually
I
is
became
really
Mr.
high.
Beast for a day.
2022 Pokemon Video Game World Championships.
It was the right step to take, I think, and it ended up really paying off in a big way. And I'm really grateful for Justin because I think if he hadn't been there to kind of help correct the ship, I don't know what would have happened, honestly. Like I don't know if I would have figured it out on my own.
That is easily enough to KO all of these lions.
I ranked all 153 type combinations in Pokemon, a journey full of heartache, discovery.
The lions versus every Pokemon thing is
But didn't know
stupid.
that you could play against other people. Many people don't realize that there is this whole competitive mode within kind of the classic game. And so I think the success was being able to take this thing that people didn't know about and find
The
a way of
flamingo is so
having them give it
stupid. It's
shot
just a
and being able to
flamingo.
show them, hey, it actually is pretty cool. There is a reason that so many people are so passionate about this.
I don't know why you would want to use Klutz. It's not very good, but hey, it's your choice. You do you.
Oh, Pokemon has played a huge part of my life. It was a really good outlet for me when I was in high school and I got to meet such incredible people who I'm still friends with today, and I got to travel all over the world. And so to think that like I have played, you know, likely a small role, but a role in countless other people's journeys, it's a very full circle moment for me.
I have another encounter. We're gonna cut that one out. We're not gonna put that in the. That's not going in the final.
The amount
Camp
of growth
David.
that we've had has been just
But that's
staggering.
mine.
Like, I didn't think I was ever going to get 100,000 subscribers. Not only did I not expect it, I didn't think it was possible, honestly.
God, I would love to have that 100k so I could have the plaque.
I remember I was at a friend's wedding when it happened. It was an encouraging statement that said, you know what, like this thing that I've spent so much of my life, especially at the time, believing to be so niche, but has the potential to be so much bigger. There's this kind of validation or like reinforcement that you get when 1 million people say, okay, like I like this channel enough to subscribe. My YouTube journey started when I sent a message to Aaron saying, hey, I think I'm gonna be bad at this. What do you think? I think that there's a lesson in that I should be reminded of, that even those of us who know ourselves well are not always great at predicting what the future holds.
What's the most important lesson you learn as a content creator?
I think the biggest lesson that I've learned, in part from content creation and in part just from my life in general, is that the best way to have a good life and the best way to have success in anything is to surround yourself with good people. There have been many times where
I mean, that's very true.
things have been on the decline and I haven't known what to do, but in most cases, I had some external friendship, guidance, mentorship that's helped me kind of either put me on the right path myself or help me figure it out how to get there. I'm only able to reach these heights because I have such talented, hardworking people around me. That's kind of how I feel about things in general too. I have many
It's just setting up that friend group that you need, you know.
Entirely propped up on the shoulders of my friends who have lifted me up and have helped me become a better player and a better person. And so if there's one piece of advice I could give, it's find people who you can say confidently, these are the best people, and yeah, listen to them when they tell you things.
Oh, but I've got to listen to people? Oh, I'm so bad at that. Have you ever seen Pimp Nights content? I have not. So the only person that I've ever properly watched is obviously Alpharad or Wolfie. Are probably the only Pokemon content I've ever actually properly watched. There's also fucking funny animations and stuff. I know P Challenge does a lot of things. Of course, you've got Small Ant. Point Crow does stuff as well. Captain Kid. That like group of people, like I've always looked up to a lot of these channels. I've always thought to myself, these are the channels that I would like to be similar to, that I would like to get involved with. But the thing is they are all so much larger than I am that there's basically no reason for them to really look backwards in my direction, because I'm taking a lot longer than they ever did to get to where I want to be. And that, I mean, that's just how that goes. I was also just thinking. So obviously, Pokemon is a massive franchise. It is absolutely huge. And you can see a lot of channels like Wolfie, for example, with over 1 million freaking subscribers that know Pokemon back to front. And some which don't know it whatsoever. But all of these people are subscribing to people like Wolfie and are being pulled into the Pokemon community. It is a legitimately factual number. It is a statistic on your screen in front of you that says this is a community. It is absolutely massive. And so long as you, as a creator, can find a piece of that pie, and so long as you, as that creator, can take Pokemon and turn it into something unique for your channel, the sky just does end up being the limit, especially as, like, Wolfie's not stopped growing, Alpharad's not stopped growing, all of these other channels, they might have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscribers, but that number is still going up, and Pokemon is still chucking out more and more video games. Like, whenever a new game comes out, that's an opportunity for them to get more people invested in the franchise. So what I think I'm basically saying is, for people like me, for people like us who are small creators that are trying to get a piece of the Pokemon pie, it is completely doable, because those subscribers exist and they could one day see you as well. They could see me. It's entirely possible. You just got to keep going. Just keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And eventually you'll get spotted by the spotlight. Just also got to remember that that spotlight is also looking at another 100,000 people trying to do the exact same thing. You know, it won't happen overnight. It won't happen over a couple of months. It might even take a year or two. But one day I like to think it will definitely happen. And hey, that's a big reason why I keep doing it. And it's a big reason why I keep turning up Monday to Friday. It's because we're going to keep playing fun Pokemon ROM hacks, fan games, and mainline games just to see exactly where this franchise goes. And I hope you guys will continue sticking alongside me and seeing the fun things that we uncover. I would climb up the YouTube ladder with you, Top Hat. Absolutely. Let's just do it. Let's just do it, you know? Even in this video, Wolfie's basically turning around and saying that he thought 100k would be completely out of reach. It's not because he was world champion that he got those subscribers. It's the fact that he made the videos, he took the risk, and he kept trying. Also, I'm just going to quickly double check the sub count, because I actually haven't. 2161. See, this is the other thing, is like, I'm fully aware that my subscriber count has not been going up very fast at all recently. But I'm going to keep going at it. I'm just going to keep hitting my head against this wall and see what happens. And also, somebody did say, do you do edited videos? The answer is, at this current moment in time, no, I don't, but I'm looking to. I'm actually going to be half, like, not employing, because the channel doesn't make enough money yet, but my brother is going to be helping me potentially make some edited videos for the channel going forward. So we will see. Definitely see.
My main project right now is
Bro types like I do.
I've been working. It's been
I type with one finger as well.
I've kind of fallen behind on my other work, but it's a really, really massive video. I am nearly done at this point with the script. I have written everything that I wanted to write, and I just have to review Zane's notes on it, and then after that point, the next step will be to record.
I literally have those lights as well.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. I head to the venue with Aaron. As we get ready for what could very well be. Nope. My goal was to make an 1.5 hour long video, and
that's how I record scripted videos too.
So pretty much every day for the last month has been wake up, eat a banana for breakfast, sit down, and work until like 8 to 9 or 10 p.m. I can't do that. Pressure before the first round of the day,
and playing against one of the best in front of the whole world certainly doesn't help. I realize there's no safe way to get through this.
I can't explain why, but I think he's going to lead with Chiyu and Fluttermane. For the Worlds video, there's a lot of people who work on it. There's me, that's one. Zane has been helping with the script, my wonderful editor/producer.
That's a
Doug,
door behind him.
The editing. He's almost like he's doing this now.
He's got a green screen between him and a door.
Has done battle recreations. Thoth is doing illustrations. We hired a composer for the first time. We'll have 3 different people working on thumbnails for it at the very least. The iconic editing team who does a lot of the weekly videos, we handed off a small portion of Finland to. There's also Scarlett, who's done editing, will do review, and has also thumbnail concept ideation. So that's 11 people who are working on this one video.
And this video is only possible because a number of very, very talented people worked very, very hard to make it a reality.
God, it would be so lovely having a team.
I am able to employ many talented people who are able to then make working on the channel, or working with competitive Pokemon in general, either their full job or like a part of how they make their living. And it's not something that I take lightly, and I try to treat it with
that would be a laugh.
First to Wit, who was the main editor of this video, my producer, and my right-hand man. So much of the good work on this channel is thanks to him.
I don't really have an explicit goal for the channel. I'm not like, oh, we need to get 2 million subscribers. Like that's the number, My real goal is that I hope to continue being able to learn and to grow and to improve and to make better videos that bring more people into the scene.
And last but certainly not least, thank you to you, the viewer. What an honor it is to create a piece of art that means so much to me and to be able to share it with you. I don't take it for granted. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching.
God, the point I made earlier about the millions of people, when you see those numbers, it's just like, Jesus Christ, so many people are interested in Pokemon.
Self-confidence. It allowed me to feel like I was good at something in a time when I really didn't feel like I had that much going for me.
That's a gigantic Pikachu.
I think the biggest impact is that it's introduced me to people who are some of the closest friends I have in the entire world. I can only keep one thing that I've gained from Pokemon, it would be the people, no question. Competitive Pokemon introduced me to people who are some of the closest friends I have in the entire world. I think that I've become a much better, kinder, more thoughtful, more intelligent person because of the people that I've met through Pokemon. I think that I have had enormous guidance and friendship and camaraderie with people in ways that I'll never be able to fully express shaped my path. It's really wonderful
Yes,
to be a
it's
part of such a global
Pokemon.
game and to have met so many wonderful people all around the world that I almost certainly would never have met otherwise. I could have never imagined the huge impact that Pokemon had on my life, ever. But I think that's actually a good thing. Like, I think it's good that as we go through life, things surprise us, that things don't always go according to plan. I think my life is better because things that I never thought would happen, did happen. And I think the fact that something that was just something I loved as a kid could grow into something more than I could ever have even conceived of, I think there's something great about that. It's more than I ever expected it to be, and I could not be more grateful.
No, leave Giovanni on screen.
I could ever have even conceived of.
The glow up on him
I
is
think there's
crazy.
something great about that. It's more than I ever expected it to be, and I could not be more
Absolutely.
grateful.
Dude grew up. So yeah, Giovanni Costa is also a competitor at like world tournaments and stuff, but he also does freaking documentaries and stuff, and that's what this video was that we just watched. Is this was the documentary on Wolf Glick, basically the world champion of Pokemon. I actually don't know how many world championships he's ever won. I don't think it was very clear on that in the video. I thought he'd won quite a few, but maybe after that victory he went on to win some more. But yeah. Swap Pokemon for Pandorn, you've got a great pharmaceutical commercial. I mean, isn't that what a documentary basically looks like? But yeah, no, that was a freaking great video. Like, I've already hit the freaking thumbs up button down here earlier. You can now do that on YouTube. You can literally view the chapters here, which is kind of hilarious. And then you can click on the stuff down here. You can open up the comment section from here now on YouTube. It's freaking weird. They've made some hilarious changes. Watch a Warhammer 40k animation once, please. That's not what this channel is about. I don't really give a shit about Warhammer, so no. Simply put. But no, that was a very, very good documentary. And the thing is I like watching these because it also tells you, essentially, that all of these YouTubers, all of these big creators and stuff have essentially done a very, very similar thing to get to where they were. It always takes time. There's always hardships. There's victories and there's defeats. There's just all of these things going on. Which is really, really interesting. And as an aspiring YouTube creator myself, like, I am trying to climb up the YouTube ladder myself and doing it with Pokemon. That's like, this is my passion. I think Pokemon, it has got such a great basis to build off of, and I'm always fascinated to see what they can do next. And then with that fascination, I want to take that into YouTube. I want to do more with it. Is that a Nokia phone? No, that's a freaking original Game Boy, which you have immediately just proven your own age. That's what an original Game Boy used to look like. The very first one. But, yeah, it's just fascinating, really. It's really interesting to see how these people grew. And there is also the fact that... Sorry, no, just getting YouTube notifications from something. All right, what was I saying? Yeah, that was it. It's also kind of fascinating to see that all of these large YouTubers that have managed to hit like 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers and a lot, if you ever speak to pretty much most of them about like their plans for the channel, most of the time they'll turn around and just be like, oh, I don't know. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it. Is there anything which I need to do with it now and stuff? And it's like, well, the reason you don't really have a plan for the channel is because you've succeeded. You've done what you set out to do. And now that you've achieved your goal, you need to figure out what the shit your next goal is going to be. And that's probably a completely different level of difficulty. Like, you are now at the point where you have succeeded. And now where do you take it? And a lot of YouTubers will probably have the answer of, I've got no idea. Whereas when you look at others who are just like, nah, we're going to keep climbing. We're gonna flip YouTube on its head and try something new. I mean, I could only think of people like Ludwig. People like freaking Ludwig and like Ludwig adjacent people are always trying to do something new, hosting events and stuff, like trying to just raise the bar to potentially get their channel higher and higher and higher. Not necessarily Mr. Beast style, because let's be real, Mr. Beast is like 100% just an amalgamation of random people. But yeah, it's just very interesting to see, to be fair. Take us on an IRL stream. I don't really have anything to show off, to be fair, that wouldn't just dox me, you know? Damn Giovanni of Team Rocket. Imagine your real name being Giovanni. Like, isn't that cool? Do you not think having the real name of Giovanni is actually kind of cool? I think that's funny. Especially Costa, because that's the name of a freaking brand of coffee over here. Right, so I am going to BRB very quickly. I'm just going to full cam it, because why the fuck not? Proper plug name, honestly, yes. Very good plug name. My name's just fucking Dave. What am I supposed to do with that? Show your books. These ones down here is volumes 1 through 5, is it? Yeah, the volumes 1 through 5 of Death Note, the Black Edition. And then these up here is volumes 0 through 23 of Jujutsu Kaisen. And up above, you can't see it, but all the way up here, I've got Black Butler, Yakuza Fiancé, Deadman Wonderland, One Piece, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, One Piece, did I already say that? And Chainsaw Man. That's Deadman Wonderland. I don't know why I thought Digimon was up there, because I don't own anything Digimon related. And then, of course, this shelf here is Final Fantasy XIV. I've got 2 concept art books, and then I've got collector's editions, freaking figures and stuff. Like, there's a Viper, there's a Paladin, there's a Dark Knight. It's all really cool stuff. Oh, yeah, and of course, that is an actual real Death Note. Don't mess with me. Do not mess with me. I have power. I have power within these pages. Oh, yeah, there's a little monkey. This entire thing is actually extremely flimsy, and Theo is not allowed to jump on it. If my cat turns up and he's just like, meow, meow, I'm gonna jump on that, we'd have to like grab him and be like, no, you can't, you will destroy us all. You can't do it. Because trust me, if I poke this a little bit too hard, the whole thing will come crashing down. Probably straight onto my setup as well. Like, my setup is this far away. Does that even make sense? I don't bloody know. Right, I'm going to grab a drink quickly because I need one. I'm thirsty. Be back in just a moment. I return with some pink cordial water. Can you see this on the camera? No, not really. There are bits in this. There's like shiny bits spinning around. It's like, it's really weird. They've put glitter in this. This drink is like cherries and stuff, but it's literally full of glitter. It looks like a health potion. Is that just me? If I drink this, will I become, like, stronger? Will I be revitalized? It looks like pink gin. I think it's too dark to be pink gin. But yeah, no, it's literally, it's full of sparkles and glitter and stuff. If you shake the bottle, there's so much. It tastes pretty good, actually. I kind of like it. I think there are sea monkeys in your cordial. No! Shit! Right. BlueStacks. That's not what I wanted. Can I open BlueStacks here? I think you should get a lava lamp in your room. I mean, it's my, you can't see it in the vertical stream, but in my horizontal one, you can see the light glowing there. All right, one second. Guys. Oh, it should beep up in a second. How about we play some freaking Pokemon Pocket, huh? How about we play a little bit of the card game? Because I can tell you now, I have not touched this expansion at all. I have not touched this expansion whatsoever. I've got 118 of these. I need a little bit more. But I don't even know what cards are in this set. I have not played it. So, why don't we just open some packs? I'm going to open a Blaziken pack. Can you please write Nick's cat poop in the Death Note? That's not how the Death Note works. Mega Rotaria in gold is nice? Really? Does this look shit to anybody? I swear the quality isn't very good, but it might just be because I've upscaled it onto a PC. Oh my god, that Golduck's face. Somebody help him. Ooh, May. Put 2 random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. For each Pokemon you put into your hand this way, you choose a Pokemon to shuffle from your hand into your deck. That's interesting. Clay Makahita. Free energy to do lunge. Okay. Go on, Dave. Enjoy your stream, bro. I'm off. Yo, have a wonderful day. I'm just in the mood. I'm just in the mood to play a little bit of the card game. Can you do this more often? Do what more often? Sorry. Shroomish. Oh, he looks so happy. Galvantula is just a spider. Cards. I was always tempted to just try out the card game on stream, but I've never dedicated myself to it. Because most people, when they want to do the freaking card game, will throw loads of money at it, and I just don't have any money. I can't just do that. So this is brand new. I've literally not touched this set whatsoever. So there's probably decks and stuff which I can get out of this. Also, I'm noticing that the leaderboard is in a silly spot. I'm going to put it right there. I love doing this, though. Hang on. Whee! I'm getting used to the PC controls. Online poker, no IRL money. I don't care for poker. If I was going to play poker, I'd play Balatro. Hold up. Hold up. That is a flashy-looking booster pack. Hang on a second. Magnum Punch. Mega Blaziken. Look at the bottom of his foot. Mega Burning. Discard a fire energy from this Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Ooh. How does... Wait, so it evolves from Combusken. How does this work? Do you play this on Combusken? You don't play it on Blaziken? Is that how it works? Because that's not Mega Evolution then. When your Mega Evolution Pokemon EX is knocked out, your opponent gets 3 points. Oh. What's an EX card? It just means that it is stronger than normal cards, but if it is ever knocked out, it will give more points to the opponent. I think Cursola might actually be great now. Seismitoad with his big old fist. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Silcoon's Harden. Phantom Branch Poke. Ah, not Golem. Ah, he doesn't look very shiny at all. He looks like he's made out of shit instead of rock. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 30 damage from attacks. Okay, that's actually not terrible, but I don't think it's great either. So you get shinies in slot 6 now, okay. Okay, considering the EX pack. Okie dokie, bro, is a booster on me.
Okie dokie, then bro, here's a booster on me.
Oh, hang on, we've got to move the alerts. Here we go, have it over my beautiful face. I don't spend money on freaking... Okay. I will consider it. I will definitely consider it. If people are going to donate to make me open packs, then I will definitely consider it. Why? YouTube keeps giving me notifications. Oh, it's just Nano. That's all good. He's being a good boy. Do I have 120 yet? No. So if I go back here, some of the people in the community have been trading Pokemon that I'm missing, which is quite nice. But now that I've got Mega Blaziken, surely I should try and get it. Yeah, that's fine. You can share cards with people now. Who's trying to trade with me? The time limit has been exceeded. The trade was terminated. I didn't even know what a trade was. Alright. Some artwork is fucking weird. Buy a McDonald's with the £20, then eat it on stream, please. That would be funny. Why are you guys just throwing cards at me? Why are you throwing cards at me from the dev team? Advanced ticket reward. What the shit is going on? What is happening in this freaking section? 24 goobers. That's Australian dollars, not pounds. Yeah, it is. I already have so many Celebes. Why are you giving me more? Fair enough. And a Jolteon. I mean, yo, guys, thank you so much for giving me these cards. I'm not going to say no to free cards. Mostly because I can't say no. Bro's literally filling out my genetic Apex freaking collection. Which, you know, I never finished. Yes. Thank you for sharing your cards to me, people. So what's this? This is another one of these cards. How much is that in pounds? I'm not sure, but in American dollars it's 13, which means in pounds it's probably about a tenner. Oricorio. The Full Art Florigato, which I've got many of. Chinchou and Arcanine EX. I think I only ever had one of him, so that's good. I think I do, yeah. Oh, it tells you how many you have now. It never used to do that. Now I've got 2. That's good. Good update. By the way, how's the audio? Is the music too loud? Am I too quiet? Just let me know. Okay, and now they've just given us 1 booster for each set. Okay. We've evolved from ROM hacks to gambling. Love it. Hey. I've always been playing this game on my phone. I've just never played it on stream. Ah, another good pack. Another good-looking pack. Hold on. Look at this Joltik. He's adorable. Skidoo. That's a beautiful artwork. He's so freaking precious. Oh, the monkey. We got the monkey. We got the full-up monkey. Monkey. Why? That's really cool. What does it even do? I have not got any idea what a single card in this set does. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. That's kind of cool. Don't mind me, I was just kissing my monkey. Timpole. Dude looks like Toad. Which is fitting, because it's a frog. Ampharos. Mega Ampharos. One of your opponent's bench Pokemon is chosen at random 3 times. For each time a Pokemon was chosen, do 20 damage to it. That is funny, because isn't that, it's basically better than base Rayquaza. Cool. Okay, that was a freaking 6. That was a sick pack. Full Art Rillaboom and a Mega. Very nice. And that was free. That was glorious and free. Get in my pack, please. Slide into my binder. How was the beetroot juice? I actually can't remember what was even in this. It's just berries. That's all I know. The quality of life stuff they added is nice. So long as the game keeps dishing out quality of life, you know you're going to be able to keep your audience. Go on then. Give me another Mega Blaziken. Do it. You know you wanna. Why was it so sparkly? There's a shiny at the back of this. Get out of it, Pinsir. No one likes you. Galvantula Electroball's not terrible. Actually, no, maybe it is. Patrat, May again. Torchic. Dude's giving the little wink. Shiny Alolan Diglett. Dude's blue. Dude's literally nothing is different. He's just blue. Dabba dee dabba die. We love Patrat. Does anyone actually truly love Patrat? I don't believe you. Have you got a night book like Knights and Castles? No, I'm not sure what you're referring to, I'm afraid. Wasn't it Patrat had genuinely not been in a Pokemon game for so freaking long? Until Legend ZA allowed it to come back. Legend ZA gave Patrat permission to return. I'm very happy I managed to get BlueStacks working. Okay, every pack so far has been hype. This Mega Gyarados one has to be shit. This Mega Gyarados one has to be shit. One moment, we got to do the old Death Note. Hoo-yah. Hold up, I'm powering up. Never mind. One more. Okay, you can't do it too fast. It literally doesn't recognize it. I was literally going with my control, my freaking mouse, and smacking shit off my desk. Wait, there's a Gyarados in that artwork. Fair enough. Another. Zigzagoon, the little gooner himself. Sandslash, bro looks like he's on the front of some freaking 90s rap album. No one likes you, Drodagon. Flip 2 coins if both of them are tails, this attack does nothing. I don't think that's great. Fire, water, 4 energy in total. 120 damage is not enough damage. What did Drodagon do to you? I just don't like its design. Doesn't it look like a Feraligatr with like something else's head put on it? Mega Gyarados, look at the big boy. Hang on, Mega Gyarados is easy to get on. Think about it. The other Pokemon require you to evolve something twice, whereas Mega Gyarados doesn't. He's just like, yo, put me on a freaking Magikarp and we're done. But oh, you are not getting the energy on him quickly. So maybe that doesn't matter. Curious. Very curious to see how that works. I like my cheese drippy, bruh. Same. Love me a good bit of a good that cheese. Little bit of Edam cheese with my burger. Patrat, the Elemental Monkeys, and Furfrou was the last Pokemon to come back for the decks. That's good. They're all in Legend ZA. Gyarados dies to the new Celebi. New Celebi, you say? Hang on, we can get 10 packs. We could definitely get 10 packs. But first, let's just quickly cash in the shop. I genuinely love that this game is super slow, because on my phone, it is slow. And then when I load it up on BlueStacks, it is still really slow, and I just don't get it. Favorite legendary? Dialga. Freaking love Dialga, it's so cool. Okay, so max this out. Gimme. And then max you out, please. Whoa, your ears make their first appearance. Do you like them? No, honestly, I have thrown my headset over there. The cable is here, because who the hell wears a headset with 2 fucking cables like this? What an absolute knobhead does that? So yeah, I think for going forwards, I'm going to use these headphones to stream with, just because, 1, I can hear my voice a little bit better, so I know when I'm being too loud, but 2, you can see the fit, you know? You can see that I'm not bald. Okay, hang on a minute, what's this? You could get some golden tickets to buy some old alternate arts, huh? That's handy, because I've been missing a bunch of these. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Just going to cash in missions as well. It's slow because it needs to load in Patrat's power. They've added this here now. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, and you can just hit complete all. Very nice. You only get one ticket. Also, I have to be, like, decisive on what I get. Okay. I will see what I'm missing, more so than anything else. Have they added more to these? That's weird, I've already completed them. I'm not sure why those have come up. What is the best Pokemon you have? I'll show you in just a moment. I'll have a little look. We got to click through all of this shit first. We love clicking. We love clicking. Complete all. Give me stuff, please. I love free stuff from mobile games. Give it to me. Ooh, what's this? Cool. Oh, you get a Mega Absol coin. I very much enjoy coins. Apparently, I participated in a battle to test it earlier. Oh, I didn't freaking cash this in either. I forgot to get this. Also, I don't understand its ability. I genuinely don't understand this EV's ability. This thing's ability is you can evolve this Pokemon into any Pokemon that evolves from Eevee if you play it in from your hand. Does that mean you can evolve it the turn you play it? Is that all that ability does? Because I just don't get it otherwise. It should not smell like cheesy feet in here. Please no. Okay, and of course we've got a pack out of that. What the fuck's that? Oh, it's the backdrop. That glass looks fancy. It feels like plastic, but I can tell you now it is glass. Why am I getting loads of Discord messages from the freaking chat? Not the chat, but from Discord. Never mind. I'll look at that later. It's because the EX name rules normally mean non-EX evolutions wouldn't normally be able to evolve into it. Oh! Oh, that's weird. Yeah, you're right. It's an EX that can evolve. That's very true. I never considered that. It's not super important. Okay. We need to fish up our other Mega Blaziken, so I'm blasting 10 packs straight into this. I'm going to blow 10 packs of Blaziken. Let's go. Annihilate. Also means you can run 2 EV EX and 2 regular EV. That's fair. That's fair as well, yeah. Look at Wurmple and his butt face. That's cute, Ponyta. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love it so much it appeared twice. Yo, Linoon. Dude, I don't know how these feet work. Watchog just like, did you take the last sandwich from the drawer? I was saving that for myself. Okay, fair enough, Watchog. Get out of there. Litleo confuses me because it's actually a bit bigger than you would think. Shiftry. Nipping Cyclone. Discard a random card from your opponent's hand. Curious. Skrelp. Prank Spinner. Oh, I know someone that needs this. He is offended because you disrespected Patrat. Patrat and Watchog can fuck off. I don't like them. A card from among both players' hands is chosen at random, revealed to the other player, and shuffled into its owner's deck. That is so weird. Why does it do that? I think it would be exceptionally hilarious if it swapped them between hands. Wouldn't that be the funniest shit ever? Because that would automatically make certain Giratina plays terrifying. The game opens, turn 1, you play this, and give them a Magikarp and take their Giratina. And you're like, cool, I can run this in my deck because of its ability. That would be really funny if it let you steal. Marini, you're like such a little depressing fella, but I think they're quite cute. Litleo, dude really wants to be on the Lion King. Crabrawler, nice Arcanine. Yo, that's wallpaper worthy, that is. Don't you think so? Doesn't that feel like that should be on a wallpaper somewhere? Like on your desktop, I mean. Flip a coin if heads your active Pokemon. Your opponent's active Pokemon's now burned. Yep. Sandslash popping off on his 90s rap album cover again. Change of heart, but in Pokemon. Come on, you know it'll be funny as fuck. Rain Splash, dude's having problems. Bro. Braviary. Not sure if I'm being attacked or Braviary's falling from the sky and needs someone to catch them. Spritzy. Oh, look at the boy. He's got a treat on his nose. Excuse me, little fella. That's freaking adorable. That little fella deserves all of the little treats. Look at him. It's even perfect as well. Autumn weather. The leaves are falling. We are walking straight into fall now. Best boy art. This is such a good looking card. And I bet someone's going to turn around and say it looks like AI. Fuck you. I want this as an IRL card. Do you know what? Genuinely, this would look incredible IRL. I would love this card as well. That's such a cute card. I really like it. Hello, Ethan. Welcome to everybody who is currently in stream, by the way. Makuhita! Oh, Crawdaunt, my boy. What they do you wrong every single time. Give this fucker an Evo, please. Patrat. Plume Fossil. Is that Archeops or whatever it's called? Whoa! Excuse me? Has a Pokemon ever looked this badass? I'm sorry. That Corviknight looks a freaking fire. No wonder these things turned into taxis in England. No wonder. Dude looks like the Batmobile with wings. This card is sick. Discard 2 Steel Energy from this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes minus 50 damage from attacks. Do you want to know what's really funny? This is weak to electric. This is a steel Pokemon weak to electric. And I kind of find that very funny because this thing should be weak to fire. But it just isn't. This is the most badass. Oh, that's so cool. I'd rather Crawdaunt got a Mega. Mega Crawdaunt would be awesome as well, yeah. Prank Spinner makes its return. Honedge, very nice. Marini again. Corphish, the little fella. Pyroar. Simple, we gotta have a fire Pokemon that discards cards. What's going on? We're just playing Pokemon Pocket. Oh, not the Miltank. Flip a coin if heads the opponent's Pokemon is now paralyzed. Understandable. Stuffle, Plume Fossil, and a standard Blaziken. I'm shocked that they've got a Mega Blaziken and standard Blaziken in the same set. I guess that they've done it for everybody, huh? Miltank fusions give me nightmares. I do think we need to go back to Infinite Fusion soon. Do you guys not agree? Should we go back to Infinite Fusion at some point? I think we need to do it. Miss Magius with its old spooky shot. Another Blitzel. How many Blitzel cards do we have now? Natu. That's actually quite sweet. Pidgey. Ah. And the Dick Chicken. High jump kick. I vote yes. I just think a lot of people really want to see more Infinite Fusion. A Miltank and Diglett fusion. I can already... That's already in my mental. I can already see that in my brain. Pokemon Fusion 100% where you get every single fusion. Fuck off, we'll be here for weeks. We'll be here for months. Hornleech heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. I don't think that's very good. That's a good Trevenant, though. Pidgey again, I like the Pikachu art. Another Growlithe, still a good boy. Still a good boy. Not as a good boy as the last one, but still a good boy. Yo, Sandygast. If a defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, flip a coin. If it's Tails, it doesn't happen. That's neat. We know what deck we're making. Mega Blaziken deck on its way. It does feel a little bit worse than Infernape. Or does it? Maybe it's Infernape but better. Magic Rock. What are you saying? Oh, the side art going mental again. Wah. That's the happiest I've ever seen Breloom. All you need now is Fire Patch. I'll see what that is. I'll see what that is. Stuffle, the most angry Stuffle in the world. Crabrawler, and Doublade. I like Doublade's art because they always look like they're laughing. They always look like they're just giggling at you, you know? The rock with the thingy on it, that doesn't clarify anything. Look at the boy. We love the big boy. Get in my binder. All of them in now. But it is very possible that I will probably end up playing this on stream. Just make a day of it, you know, just like a specific day. Because the other thing which we've been doing, you know, is we play a lot of fun Pokemon ROM hacks on this channel. And obviously, Pokemon is more than just its ROM hacks and stuff. So I'm very curious to see what else we could potentially do. I have got exactly 99 hourglasses. Which means I somehow need to... We need to get more hourglasses, but yeah, no, I've just noticed. A series, B series. Ooh, an actual legitimate declaration that we are now in a new game. Like, well, yeah, we're in a completely different series. Curious. You got thanks for a wonder pick and mission rewards. Thank you, Stuffle Hugger. Plume Fossil. Ah, no, that just evolved. I don't even know what that evolves into yet. We've got to find out. I need to go. I'll try to be back or text in the Discord to find out what your best pull was. So far, the best pull is definitely the Mega Blazikens. Because we managed to get 2 of them. Sprigatito, Weedcat, as they are also known. Yo, Garchomp BX. God, I wish you were better. I seriously wish Giovanni and Red worked on linear attack, but it doesn't. It's such a shame. Magikarp percent. That sounds terrible. Pidgeotto. Big Lugia! The bird with the actual hands. Tenacious Hammer and Lunala EX. That was actually a fantastic pack. Considering that was nothing like a god pack, I ain't gonna lie, that was beautiful. I now have 2 of that Lugia. Hell yeah. Garchomp that ass to the trash bin. I tried to make it work. But the problem is, Lucario's passive doesn't boost linear attack unless it hits active Pokemon. I just really, really wish there was a way to boost linear attack, and maybe one day we'll be able to, but not yet, not now. Can you play Halo more? You make it sound like I've played Halo once. Right, someone was talking about fire. Oh, well, no. We need to see if we can somehow muster a bunch of energy. Yeah, I'm not a channel that has ever played Halo on the channel. I have, however, not necessarily on the channel, but I have technically mocked the Halo Combat Evolved remake. That game will probably make them money, but it's already pissed off a lot of the fans. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. That's nice. We got to log in for the rest. Okay. Yo, hello, son. Thank you for the bits. You were only a bit late. Don't worry, I'm not happy with that joke either. Mains that blaze and shock. I guess that makes sense, sure. Okay, I'm not going to get any of the actual, like, extra stuff out of that. So what's an easy way for me to get... There should be an easy way for me to just get some hourglasses to do 10 more pulls, right? I would just buy... I would just go out of my way to buy packs, but I'm going to figure that out off stream so that next time I play this, we could potentially, like... spend a little bit of money, you know. I don't want to go crazy on it. Are you free to play? For the most part. The only reason I'm, for the most part, free to play is because I don't have that kind of income to throw around. I wish I did. Sadly, I don't. What's the point of fighting these, then? Do they have a chance of dropping... Oh, they do. They have promo packs. Interesting. I really liked the idea of Ultra Necrozma. I'm sad that it never actually turned out to be worthwhile at all. But it looks like we can't get any hourglasses from this. Just finished Pokemon Wastelands. It's very short. It's in an hour and 25 minutes. Really? That's a game I wanted to try. We get more hourglasses from experts, right? So let's just go up here and fight the Mega Pinsir. And obviously the easiest way to win... Hang on. I'm going to try the Meowscarada. You get hourglasses from the regular packs. What do you mean by that? From the regular packs. Ooh, look at this. This is a nice card pack. Here, have a Kartana. Boosted evolution. As long as the Pokemon is in the active spot, it can evolve during your first turn or the turn you play it. That's scary. Because you could just immediately evolve that right now. Wait, Mega Pinsir doesn't require anything to evolve. It just is Mega Pinsir. That's terrifying. That's hilarious. Okay. I mean, obviously I need to Sprigatito out. All I need is not that. I don't really want my Floragato right now. I'm just going to get some damage in. What I require more than anything right now is a rare candy. Ow! Okay, I think we just automatically lose this. Maybe I shouldn't have jumped in with this deck. I should have used an actual good one. No, it wasn't going to happen. Unless rare candy Meowscarada right now. Never mind. No, just another Kartana. Okay. I guess technically I could have used Sprigatito there to call family. I know I absolutely could have. I'm never going to proclaim that I'm actually that great at these games. Wait, but you're not flipping a coin. That only applies to this turn, right? Or does it apply to future turns as well? Where is my Meowscarada? Actually just cucked by my own Meowscarada. Okay, then. I mean, this is a loss, isn't it? Let me try a game with a deck which I actually know, like, not better, but I know will have a better chance at this level. Bro, that Eevee is so fast, though. I also like how BlueStacks runs everything really slowly. So, like, I have decks, don't get me wrong. It recommends me the fire deck, of course it does. I can't run this because Darkrai would die. Let's just use Charizard for now. Let's just use Charizard for now. I just want to get a couple of wins in so we can open another set of 10 packs. Charmander, I have to free. I really need a rare candy, like, right away. Copycat? I don't know what any of these cards do. This is brand new to me. What did that do? Shuffle your hand into your deck, draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. Huh. Yo, bro is moving. Bro is pressing every button. Immediate rare candy. That is what we needed. And you know what? I actually almost feel like it's worth just sacrificing that Charmander. And the Poison Barb. Hang on. Okay. What are the chances? No, they can't kill that Charmander yet. I'm going to do some damage. I'm also going to Poison Barb it. What's going on? I took a nap. We're playing the Pokemon card game. That's what we're doing. Only for a little bit, though. I didn't plan to spend all day doing it. So if that Eevee... Yeah, that Eevee wasn't going to attack. That's great. There's the freaking Cleffa. Right, so... Here's the other question. Do I just kill the Eevee so he doesn't have one anymore? I feel like I just killed a Eevee. It's like, yeah, I absolutely could have just went Charizard there and started building energy. But that Eevee's kind of scary nonetheless. Why don't you just trade with 200 plus shop tickets? I did. I already have. Okay, am I afraid of a pet Lil? I don't think I've got any reason to be. I actually think we now... I'm going to put the fire energy here, and I'm going to stoke for the rest of it here. Because now every turn the energy can go on that Charmander. Yeah. Oh! Oh, 10 damage. Get poisoned. Okay, there's the other Charizard, which is funny. Because I could totally rare candy into the Charizard whenever I want now. Am I afraid of them swapping the Charmander in? What's the likelihood that they're just going to Sabrina the Charmander? You know what? I'm going to put the Cleffa down just in case that happens. And I'm just going to start swinging. I'm just going to start swinging. Get that child out of here. Bring the Mega Pinsir out. Watch it one-shot me. It can't. They would Cyrus it, though. They wouldn't be able to Cyrus my board at the moment. I was more talking about, do I evolve the Charmander? Just in case they Sabrina'd the Charmander in and killed it. Okay, that puts you in death range, actually. You're just dead now. I'm just going to Lily quickly. I'm just going to Lily. Oh, I'm just going to Lily back up. Lily actually doesn't help. Maybe that was completely wasted. Boom. Now die to poison. Bye-bye! So long! Yeah, this Charizard's still really good. I would personally, because it has more HP to tank a hit. Yes, that was what I was thinking. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's just AI. Right. So how many hourglasses do I need? Because I'm pretty sure I just bought them all, didn't I? 106, so I need 14 more. I'm just going to double check because someone said to exchange. Yeah, I've got nothing left to exchange. I've already done it. I've already done it. Yo, Gifted, welcome. And hello to everybody which is currently joining us, by the way. Oh, what cute backdrops. I really haven't bothered looking down here. I never really do. You've done 800 of your 1K battles. Hell yeah. Shit takes a lot of time. It's not even difficult. It just takes time. That's what Legends ZA is all about. Okay, so we just need to beat up a couple more things. Yeah, this is fine. I'm not going to lose my mind over this. I hit 10k today? 10k for what? What about exchange your trade points? What does that mean? You could exchange trade points for hourglasses? Where do you do that? You hit 10k subs. Hell yeah, Gifted. Well done. Core, I wish I was at 10k. Very nice. What kind of content do you even do? I actually don't think I've ever asked. It's in the shop. I had no idea you could do that. Guys, I'm a noob to all of this, alright? I have played this game so casually. Come on, game. You're running on my PC. My PC should be able to run this. Oh, this is where you get it from. That's so cool. I'll log in to find it. Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen the ability to do that. Yeah, that Pikachu is adorable. And these Blaziken art is sick. Of course, Lily's still there. Oh, no, I've already done it. No, I know, I remember now. It comes back in 268 days. I am a noob, but apparently not that much of a noob. So I just got to do 2 more battles, really, and then we can do it. I will look into the other. But yeah, I will look into, what was I saying? I'm gonna do my Cursola deck because this deck makes me laugh. But yeah, I will look into spending gold to get packs another time. I'm not going to do it today specifically, just because that wouldn't be interesting, and it will also have like information on screen that shouldn't be there. Right, so get Corsola up there. I love this deck. This is a deck that I didn't look up. I just decided this deck would be funny. And that's why I made it. How did you merge your chats? So if you use a chat overlay, it will always merge it. However, for the streamer itself, you've got to look at your chats in real time. I mean, to be fair, I could be looking down there at chat if I really wanted to, but I'm not gonna. Because I have Twitch, I have both YouTube chats going at the same time. There's a lot to process. Considering you've already put 3 Pokemon down and I want you to Mega Evolve, I'm going to Iono here. That could have been better. That definitely could have been better. That was a gamble. If Iono pulled at least another Mon, that would have been good. But it didn't pull a single one, which is obviously shit. So that was the one problem. There we go. So doing Iono has basically given them everything that they need. Ooh, Guzma. Once again, none of the cards which I want. Again, none of the cards that I want. Get the other Corsola out, please. Thank you. You're about to just... Hang on. You're about to just straight up kill. So, this is my plan. This is my plan. Yo, thank you for following, man. Thank you to everyone who has been supporting the stream today. You are all wonderful people. Boom! This is okay. I've got no problem with this because the AI is stupid. Boom. It's okay. We have no problem with what just happened. Give me Corsola. Fucking hell. Alright, I'm just going to chuck down you, because you're something I can at least put energy on. And then just Chaotic Impact. Clean Entei off the board, please. Take the Feather Duster. Get rid of it. Thank you. So long. There is something about Mega. Oh. This is that card we were talking about. What does it do? Attach a fire energy from your discard pile to your active Pokemon. Did Giratina just die? For fuck's sake. Never mind. That Blaziken came out fucking blazing. That is funny. I did not expect it to have that much power so quickly. Oh, I've been watching for an hour? Well done. Thank you. But that's hilarious. That Blaziken just turned up and was like, and just annihilated me. If I got a single Corsola out, then things might have been different. If this doesn't work, we'll just swap to Suicune because it's more consistent. Oh, now you rear your stupid face. Immediately into Entei. Okay. Giratina's Feather Duster. Exactly. And this is another point where I feel like I'm forced to Iono because I don't have what I need. And you can't win. This is the thing about RNG, is one hand had the card in it that I needed. This hand doesn't. But the thing is both hands are completely lacking. I need Corsola on the field now. The Torchic is down. They've definitely got Mega Blaziken in their hand. We're just replaying. We are literally replaying the exact same game. Because I'm now going to Rocky Helmet. I'm going to Rocky Helmet this Corsola to make sure that Giratina can kill that Entei. They're going to Mega Blaziken and one-shot my freaking Giratina. Oh, baby. This is the exact same thing that happened. Watch them Fire Patch. How can I get so unlucky that we play the game the exact same way twice? The only way that we can win this now, the only way we can win this is if they don't have Fire Patch. If they don't have Fire Patch, then it's possible that we survive a turn. But even then, I'm not that confident. The fact that they've played Mega Blaziken makes me think that they have it. There it is. Fucking hell. Get me out of here. How did we play both rounds exactly the same way both times? That is so unlucky. This is the deck that I want to make work. But the problem with it is it's so hard to get to Cursola sometimes, even though there's 2 Corsolas and 2 Cursolas in the deck. I can never ever seem to get both of them on the board. All I need is 1 Cursola down. And we just win. Have I gone first every time as well? It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again, but this time Giratina opens. And there's the chicken. There's the fucking chicken. It's just going to be the same game one more time. There's... I'm not going to Iono. It's not worth it. We're going to play this backwards. It's the AI. I don't care about revealing my hand too early. Because the AI is still going to run into it. Was that a match or was that replay mode? Exactly. Okay, Professor's Research, we're popping it. Okay. We might be able to make this work. It will get a hit in before we can hit it, though. If I had Leaf right now, that would be incredible. Because I could pull Giratina out. I have a feeling... I'm not sure what feeling I have right now. Because Cursola can't really kill that in the way that I want it to. If I take out... I don't want Giratina to go down. That's the problem which I currently have. And I think it will, no matter what I do. Guzma and Iono don't really help me at the moment. I'm going to play it out, but I have a feeling we've lost. If they don't have a rare candy, we should be okay. Fire Patch. This was exactly what I saw happening. Because this just kills. Okay, we can end in a draw. Hold up. Hold up. Little bit of power creep. Only a little bit, you know. Thanks, Leaf, for turning up way too late. Okay, we can't force the draw anymore. I'm going to Iono anyway, but I don't think it will help. I'm going to do it just to see if I can pull an answer, but I don't think there's an answer in the deck at all to help us here. No, there isn't. That's fine. Does the wind trigger go off before my ability does, is what I want to know. Nah, we just lose. If that was a heads, then I think If that was a heads, I think we win. But I'm not sure. And that's why I wanted to draw Will. That's so funny. And the reason why Iono is in the deck is because it very deliberately gives the enemy power. And that's definitely the point, is it gives the enemy power because they think then that they can willy-nilly just attack into us. And then suddenly I'm just like, now I flip a coin, you're dead. I don't care how powerful your Pokemon was, you're now dead. There's a Greninja in this deck. Not Greninja, I mean there is, but there's a Giratina in this deck and I don't remember putting him there. When is the stream ending? I probably won't be live that much longer, but I do want to just... I want to play a little bit of this before we go anywhere else. You need to be in the active spot. That's a little annoying. Tried to blow your mouse off the screen thinking it was a crumb? Never. You can't do it. This mouse is too powerful. It's the BlueStacks mouse, which means it's orange. You would have had 5 points to the AI's free. I didn't mean to click enter. Does that mean I would have won? Would it have counted the points? Because if so, that's hilarious. And I really want to make a Cursola deck work. I feel like it's very possible. And Cursola doesn't need to be... You don't need to put any energy on it at all. It just needs to die. That's all that needs to happen. God, I've got 2 Cyruses, and AI do not withdraw. Not frequently, at least. Can I please have a frog? Can I please have a frog? The downside is a Giratina in this deck is going to attack a turn later than everyone else. Interesting. Why does that not do... If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy attached. Ah, there's the fucking frog. Took his sweet ass time. Okay. If this guy flame patch... Well, not this guy, but if the AI flame patches the Entei, then Giratina dies? Never mind, they could just withdraw. Huh. Why did they do that? Okay, there is a way to win this. We load up the Suicune, Giratina is going to die. That I have no problem with. I'm going to Giant's Cape the Suicune, just in case something goes wrong. I'm going to Greninja Water Shuriken, the Entei specifically. And I'm going to Chaotic Impact, leaving Giratina on 10 health. Whatever they throw out now is a bad choice. All of this damage is going to go into a Giratina with 10 health. And that's completely fine. You can kill my Giratina. Hello there, DexGen Gaming. Hello, hello. I am shit at this game, I'm just warning you now. So, now that we've done that, we Water Shuriken the Torkoal. And then we Cyrus the Torkoal. 80 damage. And we kill the Torkoal. And there we go. My Cursola deck couldn't win. No matter what I did. First try, Suicune deck wins. Fuck it, we know what the meta looks like. The meta does not let me play funny decks. You have to play the fucking busted shit. Ooh, Mega Gyarados. I might try the Cursola again into Mega Gyarados though. See, this is, it's the AI, so the only reason that I'm playing this at the moment, like, against the AI, is I'm trying to get enough hourglasses to just open up another 10 packs, then I'll be happy. Why does BlueStacks take 2 years to load? I don't know. I'm 7 away, so another win and we'll have it. Yeah, it's only a solo battle, don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm still really, like, noobish at the game because I don't play it on stream normally. But I would like to start playing it on stream. I would like people to give me some advice on what to do. The only downside is I am prone to making bad plays. Trying to figure out what to play for this tourney today. I'm thinking of running Mega Rotaria. I've heard Mega Rotaria is very good. Things I like meme decks. I like gimmicks. I always have really enjoyed gimmicks, which makes it very hard for me to just turn into the meta. Giratina, Giratina. Cursola's not terrible, but Giratina, please. Fuck's sake. All right. This is fine. This is fine. I just need them to drop Mega Gyarados as quickly as possible. Maybe Rocky Helmet would have been smart there, actually. I'm going to Iono, but I want to play the Cursola first. Flame Patch Mega Blaziken can fuck off. You are completely right. Alright, one Giratina. No other Corsola, though. Well, Cursola. Also, no Will. There's some pretty cool meta decks right now. I like the Mega Absol list a lot. See, I haven't looked at them yet. I deliberately didn't look at any of the cards before streaming because I wanted to be surprised. Like, I like surprises. You're going to evolve into Jellicent and kick my ass, aren't you? Because I've given you the cards you need. Or are you going to evolve into... I'm not giving you any energy, actually. I'm sorry. Cursola, I need you to just do your business. But the thing is, we got Mega Blaziken. We have 2 of them now, so I can legitimately build that deck. I just need 2 Flame Patches, which I haven't gotten yet. What the fuck? What is this? What is that artwork? Damage when attack your opponent's Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone. That's so funny. Get fucked. Get that Jellicent out of here. Now the problem. We did no damage to it, so Jellicent's ability does not trigger. They are going to throw out Mega Gyarados 1,000,000%. But it will not be able to attack. Okay, that's fine as well. That's fine as well because we get to stall a little bit. I'm trying to find someone that has a 2-star Lizia for trade, but literally everyone on this app just wants 2-star Professor for it. Oh. Of course they fucking do. Now that I think about it. Now that you've said that out loud, I'm just like, no shit. Oh. So sadly, I don't have anything I can give you just yet because I'm brand new to this freaking set. Is this a little annoying? You just put water energy on stuff. Okay. I'm just gonna kill the child. Don't take that out of context. Because you can't amp up any of your team. Dude's like, I really hope I top deck Misty right now and have all the luck under the sun. Yeah, well done. If you find a way to get a second energy next turn, I lose Giratina, and you win. What's in your hand? Put it away. I do really like silver. It is literally just a... No. You're not allowed that card. I am kind of confident that it has no way to power up that Mega without just ending the turn. Yeah, I knew it. You've done that specifically to power up that. There's no reason for me to pull Gyarados out. I could Gosmer it. I could just kill the child and win. Or I could pull the Gyarados out. Oh, just perish the child. There were so many ways I could have gone about that, but whatever. Annihilate the child. Imagine if baby Pokemon didn't give points. Imagine if that was how they worked. That would be very funny. Hello to Monica. Hello, hello. Okay, now we have the hourglasses we need. Oh, nice Jolteon. I have no idea what's in this set, by the way. I genuinely don't. I'm going to assume Flame Patch is in this freaking set, isn't it? We need to keep pulling Mega Blazicons, don't we, to get Flame Patch? I'm actually just going to quickly check, because if that's untrue, then we'll choose something else. It's this button, isn't it? All the way to the bottom? Oh, God. I could have asserted dominance for 3 extra points. Completely true. How do you actually check that? I don't actually think that helped me at all. Can I just type in? Well, that's so much easier to do when you freaking use your controller, keyboard. That's the name of it, right? Or do I just go down? Hang on. It'll be along here, right? Hitting hammer. Clover Fossil Flame Patch. Yeah, I typed it and it didn't come up. Fair enough. It is specifically from Blaziken. Okay. I need 2 of those. We're literally opening freaking Blaziken packs because I need that. Hell yeah. Does anyone actually have a spare professor? Well, probably not. Boom. Come on, give me something worth talking about. That's an ant. If Duranta's on your bench, this is 40 more damage. That's funny. Ferroseed. Knuckle Punch. Prank Spinner again. Oh, that's a sick Golurk freaking artwork. I love that. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. This attack does 60 damage for each Pokemon with a retreat cost of 3 or more you find there. You could make use of that, surely. Just chug some big EXs in or something. Pachirisu, attack the wound. I've never thought I would say those 2 words in the same sentence. It's because you don't own it, you can't search it. That makes sense. The Golduck, which is really looking creepy. Dusclops, with his very rectangular fingers. Patrat, no one likes Patrat. Doublade. Litleo, Corfish, Chatot. Hey, you're banned from competitive play in normal Pokemon. Hey, Chingling. Oh yeah, Chingling counts as a baby. During your opponent's next turn, they can't play any items. Neat concept. I'm curious to see if it's any good. Zenheba. Yep. Durant, Growlithe, Ferrothorn. Steel Pokemon don't like taking damage, I'm noticing. Mind if I ask what your collection's like? It's a little bare bones. I was doing my best to complete every like decks whenever they came out, but I just sort of fell off on the last two ones. Starfall, Archon. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I can show you in a moment. Blitzel, Litleo, not getting anything good. I don't know anyone that actually likes Rufflet and Braviary. Ooh, and a shiny Rowlet. Ah. That's cool. Joltik, Holler. During your opponent's next turn, if your Hariyama or Crabominable would be knocked out by damage from an attack, it is not knocked out. Neat. Nice illustration, rare and shiny. Yeah, exactly. They were pretty good though. Maractus. We have one Maractus fan in our community. Yo, that Luxray looks sick. This also does 20 damage to one of your benched Pokemon. I'm not sure how good that card is, but that is a sick looking Luxray. That's a cool ass looking Luxray. Very nice. Fucking weird Golduck. The illustration rare of Rufflet again. If Rufflet and Braviary turn out to be overpowered, I'm ready. Ferroseed, Chatot, Mega Pinsir. I don't think that's reliable. The fact that it's a flip to do damage, I say as I use a Cursola deck. Growlithe, Heatmore. Goes for the bench. Yep. Garvantula, Natu, full up freaking Keldeo. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Sacred Sword. But nothing evolves into you. What? That's a really cute artwork. I like that. Unless Keldeo's other form is in the game. But, cool. Honedge, Seedot. I love Seedot. He's got little feet. Normal Rufflet. May. And the normal Luxray. What is interesting is you can use the old trainer card, which gives you 2 energy on this Luxray. That's a very easy 110 damage. That Luxray looks like the promo Zera. It does, doesn't it? That's just electric Pokemon for you, isn't it? But yeah, okay, so this is day 1 for me on the new set. Just so that people are aware. Don't expect anything too fancy when I show you my freaking collection. I love the shinies and try to collect them, but with the EX packs, they mainly give me Darkrai EX. I have 3 or 4 of them. That's not a bad shiny to have, though. You can't even get those packs anymore anyway. They were a temporary thing. And believe it or not a single flame patch. Looks like our Mega Blaziken days are still ahead of us. We need to wait. Ooh. I don't know if you guys heard that click, but damn. I've got Mythical Blaziken Interactive Art in my first pack. They're very nice. I have 2 Mega Blazikens, so I want to make that deck now because Flame Patch Mega Blaziken looks really strong. However, without Flame Patch, I can't do much. Okay. And that's not enough for the freaking coin. That's a shame. I love collecting coins. I think coins are very nice. They make me happy. Because you can just mix and match them completely. Okay, that's all sorted. I'm not too fussed about the theme collection button. when is the stream ending? I'm going to probably just quickly show the binder, which I have. Oh, you can close them now. Oh, hell yeah, that's so freaking useful. Coins and playmats. Yes, I like playmats. Yes, okay, so what have I managed to finish? I've managed to finish Mythical Island, Triumphant Light, and Shining Revelry. They're the only ones I've ever managed to... Oh, and Extra Dimensional Crisis. Those ones I've finished. Eevee Grove, I'm missing 3. Oh, I managed to finish Secluded Springs as well. Genetic Apex, I just never managed to finish the bastard. Space-Time Smackdown, what am I missing? Torterra. Pachirisu EX. And I think Rhyperior is that? Yeah, I never got those 3. This is slightly glitchy to use because I'm like half using, but it's just using the mouse really. And then of course, you can just organize by rarity, right? How do you do that? Here we go. Recent flare. It automatically applies flares now, doesn't it? Has it done it to any of my guys? Maybe not. What if I flip it? No. Okay. I'm not massively certain what that even does, to be honest. Yeah, I have some fancy stuff, I suppose. Nothing too crazy. I got one of the freaking shiny Giratina, which, it's okay. Yeah, I only have one of each of these, which is a little disappointing. I did make a binder, which is literally just Weedle on, like, edgy background, and that made me laugh. Starmie. Did I not get a playset of these guys? No, it was the Haunter I had 2 of. I've got 3 Black Greninjas, which I quite like. And then full art, well, interactive arts, I've got these ones. Oh yeah, it does go a little bit further down, doesn't it? To here. I have the one Ho-Oh. It took me so long to get a second Ho-Oh EX that by the time I got one, I never bothered, like, making the deck. But yeah, I've got these guys. Bunch of full arts. I just don't have very many, like, big, shiny, golden ones. That's like the only things which I'm sort of missing. I have a couple of trainers. I love it when they give you things like full art looker, and I've not seen a single person ever use it. Oh yeah, and of course I've got these funny tablet-looking ones. Electrode. I love that Dedenne. I used that Dedenne just because I just thought it was cool. I still only ever had that one Shinx. The art on this bugger is awesome. I've used that art, like I've taken screen caps of it to like use it in other places before. But yeah, just a lot of full arts. Did I never get the 4th Tapu? I never got freaking... Is it Tapu Koko? Yeah, I never got him. But of course we got 2 of the freaking Oricorios. That works on the Megas, doesn't it? Curious. Somebody's munching on his food. Oh yeah, wasn't I missing one full art Eevee as well? Who am I missing? I'm missing Glaceon. I never got full art Glaceon, so I could never complete this binder. And I almost had 2 of them all. I was missing Vaporeon, Sylveon, and Eevee. That's funny. Oh yeah, I got one edgy Greninja. I want to use this Corviknight somehow. There's a lot to look at, which I might take a look at off stream and just figure out what what decks I want to make. But if anybody has any like advice and stuff on what to build, do keep in mind we do have a Discord server for anyone that wants to join. It is primarily Pokemon. We have a Cobblemon server as well, which all of the information for that is also on the Discord. But maybe I will probably try and get a little bit more into the TCG Pocket sort of scene, I would like to potentially try that, because there are some Pokemon which are there are some people which are interested in that, and there are some people that are interested in fan games and ROM hacks. I just want to make the channel interesting. I want to see what we could potentially do with a channel, you know. But yeah, I think that's more or less going to be it from me today. But I will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. I stream Monday to Friday, playing whatever Pokemon games basically tickle my fancy, and reacting to whatever videos and stuff which we want to watch. Honestly, these are things which, if you want to suggest anything, the best place to go is my Discord, which I can slap that in the vertical chat. Most people in the horizontal chat already have it. I love collecting cards, not really that much in the battle side. I would like to try to battle a little bit more. I think the link to my Discord isn't really functioning. Where is it? I'm just going to copy a temporary one. Bam. There you go. There's a temporary link. For anybody which wants to join it, by all means, feel free to use that link. Thank you, Nightbot. You took fucking forever and have provided a completely different link. Thank you for that. But yeah, feel free to join the Discord and continue the conversation outside of the stream. Otherwise, I will be back, you know, Monday to Friday, 12 o'clock British time. So at the moment, it's GMT, is my time zone, if you're curious. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Twitch, do all of those things. This is a longer stream than it usually is, but I now need to go take care of my cat, who requires my attention. Let me hit the credits button. I keep forgetting I've got a credits button. Boom! Here it is. Look at this. Oh no, where is it? There it is, it worked. Never mind. It hasn't worked. Now it's working. It did it again. Are you blind? Yes. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel, for being here today. And don't forget, we have a motto on this channel. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and above all else, have a damn good one. I'll see you next time. So long!